I care about is my relatives. Let me drive this home. All I care about is a nigga disrespecting my relative, nigga. That's all I care about, boy. That's all I care about.
And he on the run right now. Woo! I started to, God, I started to pray right then. Oh shit!
At the end of the day, when all of you biatches are talking about the man gotta make more, he gotta step up, it's not right, it's not fair, oh my God, you're poor, you're a bum, crusty, rusty, ashy. I'm not gonna settle. No settling. I'm not gonna settle. No settling. Not gonna settle. No settling. Not gonna settle. No settling. Not gonna settle. Hey, not gonna settle. Got a new song, y'all. Anyway, got it. Settling. Not gonna settle. No settling. Not gonna settle. No settling. Not gonna settle. Hey, not gonna settle. Oh my God. Settling. Not gonna settle. No settling. Not gonna settle. No settling. Not gonna settle. Hey, not gonna settle. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Just to let you niggas know, we don't need y'all. We want y'all, but we don't need you.
20 years later.
Our black men, we want all y'all back. Because we love you, we see you, kings, and most importantly, we need you. And most importantly, we need you.
And most importantly, we need you.
My man.
My booty pink, my booty whole brown. What a nigga, I'm looking for the hoes. Quit playing nigga, come suck a bitch toes. Pound town, just left pound town. Booty pink, my booty whole brown. What a nigga, I'm looking for the hoes. Quit playing nigga. Oh, yeah.
See my man.
You got more questions, but I tell you, if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, and you ain't black.
The racism that you're experiencing and the struggle to make ends meet actually means the diet don't work for you the same.
Yes, I'm speaking to you. Must it tether where you fleeing to? Must it tether? Yes, I'm speaking to you. Must it tether where you fleeing to? I got
I'ma tell you. I'ma tell you. You're not gonna tell me. I'ma tell you. I'ma tell you. You heard what I said? Because I'ma tell you. You're not gonna tell me. I'ma tell you.
Couple of balls soon, we gonna hook you up. We gonna make sure you get that vaccine fun.
Yeah.
You got a couple of kids, you don't have no job.
Yeah.
Don't worry about that little girl, that's my job.
Yeah.
Come and buy your Texas. I'm pants, what the what? What a money reside, what a money reside, what a money reside, what a money reside. And that's on who? Man had a little lamb. Okay, okay, okay. I beg your pardon? I beg your pardon? No. 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 Hell no! 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 I refuse. No! Flashing lights. You got me better. Can't keep my eyes on my better, baby. I want you. Boy, what the fuck?
Slaves built the pyramids. Slaves built the Parthenon. Slaves built America. Slaves, this is your song. Thank you. Slaves. Thank you. Slaves. Thank you. Slaves. Slaves, this is your song. Thank you.
We're done. We're done. We're finished.
We like free stuff. So we came out here to get all this free stuff. But then the call saying you can't get the free stuff. What? Cause the people want to take it. And how y'all gonna take some stuff that ain't even yours? It's free.
So I got my 2 baskets and took the bus or whatever.
Wait a damn minute.
We get down here, we get some free stuff.
We're already in a recession. Times are hard. Why not just let us get the items and invest and be okay? We are Black women. We care about our crown. Why not give back to the community and let us get the product? The tools, any other eviction.
Because Trump bad. Trump bad.
Again!
Because Trump bad. Trump bad.
Going, you're being a racist! Racist!
It is difficult. You don't go blind because you married. I see titties and booties every day. I see titties and booties every day.
I see titties and booties every day.
I see titties and booties every day. Brothers, y'all gonna leave me out here? I need the men to stand up and say amen. If you ain't said that, all sir.
Let the church say amen.
Titties and booties, titties and booties, titties and booties. I see titties and booties, titties and booties, titties and booties, titties and booties. I see titties and every day. Titties and booties, titties and booties, titties and booties. I see titties and booties, titties and booties, titties and booties, titties and
Wait, the wing makes go!
What kind of shit is that?
booties, booties and titties and titties and booties, titties and titties and titties and every day. Booties and titties and titties and booties, booties and titties and titties and booties, booties and titties and titties and booties, booties and titties and out here. Titties and booties, titties and booties, titties and booties. I see titties and booties, titties and booties, titties and booties, titties and booties. I see titties and every day, titties and
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Sunday. Happy birthday if it's your birthday. Hey there, besties. I know I'm late. I'm late. I know I slept in. I'm so tired, but I'm so refreshed and I'm all good in the hood and ready to go. Well, not ready to go, but to get back to whatever. I'm gonna try to do like tomorrow. I can't do it early morning, but I'll do a show tomorrow. Tomorrow's Monday, probably around 10 or 11 or so. See what the hell it is that's going on by the time tomorrow comes, because there's so much ish I can't even keep up. Did y'all see that Joy Taylor got something to say, of course, about Megan Clay, and that woman looked like she didn't transition to white. Excuse me. That woman didn't look like she didn't transition to white. I mean, is she mixed? I think she might be mixed, but she definitely looking like a whole ass white woman over there on her podcast that nobody's over there on her podcast that ain't nobody watching. But you know, that's a whole different live stream. Let me not go after other YouTubers for their tube activities, okay? But I'm trying to move away from that shit because it's ran its course as far as I'm concerned. But if something major happens, of course, we will talk about it. But at this point, the spirit thing is interesting, if to say the least. I'm going to say that it is interesting, to say the least. Now, listen, I've taken plenty of spirit flights. I have never had a problem with them. I've taken plenty of Frontier flights, and I don't particularly care for Frontier, but I do have the Go Wild Pass, so I'm going to use that bitch, okay? FYI, it is on sale for the summer. I believe it's like $200, and you can fly whenever as long as there's a Go Wild available. But that's stuff that I need to talk about on my travel channel. But anyway, let me turn this down for a little bit. All right. Shout out to CDT Beats. He is the one that has made this beat for people that keep asking, and I tagged him in every description. But yeah, so no problem. I prefer American Airlines if I had my choice. They have never done me wrong. Plus, when you buy a regular price flight, they give you a carry-on, which is something you don't have to go and pay for. But I'm looking at this stuff with Spirit, and it's like, oh yeah, I forgot about that. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. So we're gonna go ahead and look at it. Plus, there's people spazzing out, of course. You know, TikTok is talking. They upset for those that were gone on vacation, which I can understand. I'm not gonna lie. You thought you was coming home on Spirit. Now they say, yeah, nah, we done. And then you're just out here trying to figure out what the hell you're gonna do. I'm not sure if they gave options or whatever. I'm really not sure. So let's see if we can suss that out today. So that's why I brought it up. Plus, our friend Orlando Minor kind of talked about this way back when, but you know people don't be listening, child. Y'all already know people do not be listening, and then all of a sudden it's y'all's fault. Yeah, I'm blaming y'all today, okay? But shout out to all of y'all that are here. I see you. I appreciate you. Please make sure you hit the like button for me. Subscribe if you are new. But before we get directly into the spirits, pause. Shout out to Queen of Vibes. Shout out to all of y'all. Shout out to Donna Brown. Shout out to the MSDs. I see y'all. Sassy Straights. I see y'all. Let's do tonight's conversation. Hopefully, we're going to do another one later too, because these are so fun now, okay? So we're going to do tonight's conversation, and it's very rare that men come to the front and ask questions. If there's any men that are at tonight's conversation, it's usually because they came with a woman. Men don't get together. And I've only been to one, but as I've watched these videos and I've looked through the crowds and I saw who was there when I was there that one time, it's just men that go with women. So they were probably forced to go. And if men go on their own, they're probably A, B, C, D. I said that, I meant that. or they just was pulled from the street and said, "Child, come on in here because we need somebody to fill these seats." Child, I don't know. I'm just playing. But this man came up and asked his question, and I thought that was interesting. So I wanted to see what the sassies had to say about this as we listen to what they have to say. Now, the caption from tonight's conversation reads, he says, women too masculine. Good job, Ace. He says women too masculine, but is that just his lack of leadership? Oh, you sassy straights. Y'all don't do nothing right. And I'm always going to be here to let y'all know how many people have that to say.
Why in the 2000s is it so hard for a king to find a queen, not a masculine woman, and understand their degrees, business, money don't matter to a man, just how you treat him?
Now, you may not want to hear this. Next thing I'm about to say.
Give it to me in the raw.
A masculine man has never had a problem making a woman be feminine. There's something that is present in the energy of the most realest of that when you get around the real in you, you're gonna know how to turn that off. And any men that complain about, you ever hear men be like, yeah, why women ain't doing this and that? It's because she's not trying to do that for you, though. It's something in your masculinity that you got to exert some type of big energy in you that makes her remember she's a woman. You gotta poke your chest out and hold your head up when you speak to women, because if it's one thing that we respect, it's leadership. And if I'm ever in a position where I feel like I gotta lead you anywhere, then I'm gonna show you that is bigger than yours.
Well, what if the whole time you lead all the things you saying? What if the whole time all the things you saying I'm doing, but I'm still getting disrespected?
Again, this next thing I'm gonna say.
Go ahead, I want you to hear. Listen, I want to hear.
Okay.
I ain't about hearing this.
Unpopular opinion. Even if we don't always want to listen to our man, we bow down to the that is doing it right. If a is working you the right way, you can want to talk back all you want, but you ain't trying to lose the access to the treatment that you get. And you ever heard the saying, this might be a little vulgar, but being into submission. You wasn't listening to me. Who you think you talking to? Let me show you how I'm about to do this. And the next thing you know, you going, damn, you right, babe. You right. I ain't mean nothing I was talking about. Men who are putting it down correctly at home do not be having these problems.
Nah, definitely putting it down correctly, sweetheart. But it's still women out here.
She probably just needs some therapy then, bro. That's option number 3.
Why in the 2000s?
All right. Let me go ahead and just calm down, everybody. Calm down, okay? I'm gonna go back through it. I want to make sure we hear it one time, okay? And yeah, so that's my first time hearing it all the way through, and yeah, we got some issues. So that girl, I don't know her name. I think maybe Cara Dare or something error, and she's she up and down with her advice, right? Now, I will go ahead and even before I went to the show, even when I went to the show, and even afterwards, I'm always like, why do people go to people? They don't know who they are. They don't know what their qualifications are, and trying just to get some damn advice from people that you don't know nothing about them. And yet they do. And yet people continue to do that. Like I said, when I went, they pass around paper and pen. You write down a question. Ace knows what the questions are in advance only. The rest of the panel does not. He writes them in the order that he wants them to be asked. They call out your number. You come to the podium and you ask your question. Just as a FYI, just to let you know that's how it works. You know, whether they're making these questions up, I don't know. Whether it's real life, I'm going to go out on a limb and say most of them are, because how the hell sometimes I'll be like, do you come up with these damn questions? These are your situations. Plus the way that people be acting when they're saying these, speaking these stories and these questions. I believe most of them to be true. Okay. With that being said, It's rare that you see a man come up here. It is just very rare to see that a man will come up here. And this may be the reason why. Well, one of the reasons why is because there's not a lot of men there. Two, like I said before, they're usually coming with a woman. So they've probably been forced to come. And three, probably because this is the response you're going to get. Now, listening to her, and I'm going to go through it again, he totally was just like basically emasculated for no reason. Why would a man come and do this for future if this is what's going to happen? And what it is that she was saying is soon at the end there, that was all about taking all that pleasure, right? Then as soon as somebody do all that, then they're going to be calling up the oppressor to say that somebody oppressed them. You know what I'm saying, right? I'm listening to this just now. I'm like, girl, what? Girl, what? Child, I don't get it. But it's not for me to get, okay? So shout out to you, Sassy Straights. Let's go through it again. I'm going to interrupt it. And wait, I'm not on my good view. Hold on. That's my view. All right. Then we'll go ahead and go through it. Let me see what these comments say. This lady says, respectfully, don't agree with the answer. Would have loved to hear Kitty's response. This one says he was not ready. There are so many things wrong with this podcast. I actually have been looking at some comments on a couple of different of the viral videos for tonight's conversation, and it is kind of turning, in my opinion. It is kind of turning. This one says, I think she did a good job answering his questions, and that's from a man. Oh no, maybe it is a woman. The first part was good. The second part lost me. Overstand. Yep, I'm going to head on out. Don't agree with this response. All right, so let's go through it again.
It is so hard for a king to find a queen, not a masculine.
First of all, that get on my nerves too. King to find a queen. All right, just stop it.
Woman and overstand their degrees, business, money don't matter to a man. Just how you treat him.
Now, you may not want to hear.
Y'all trying to tell me that the degrees and the businesses don't matter to y'all? No, I have never heard that before, child. I have never heard that before. That is new information, y'all. That is new information.
This next thing I'm about to say.
Give it to me in the raw.
A masculine.
He asked for it. He said, give it to him in the raw. He asked for it.
Masculine man has never had a problem making a woman be feminine.
See, problem number one. A masculine man has never had a problem making a woman feminine. Girl, what? Girl, what? Gentlemen, there's mostly, I would say, masculine men here. Y'all be making women be feminine? Like if you think back to the girl, alleged girl, from Daily Wrap-Up Crew that says, Bobby got a bag, looking like Snoop from The Wire. Can y'all make her feminine? Bueller? Gentlemen, sassies, can y'all make her feminine? Bueller? Would y'all consider the brick lady feminine? Can y'all make her feminine? Bueller? I'm trying to think of somebody else. Good morning, Amanize. I didn't see you come in here. Yes, I feel like that's stupid too. But he said give it to him in the raw, right? And she gave exactly. And she gave it to him. And let's hear some more. Listen to the crowd though. Listen to the crowd though.
There's something that is present in the energy of the most realest of that when you get around the realest in you gonna know how to turn that off. And any men that complain about, you ever hear men be like, yeah, why women ain't doing this and that? It's because she's not trying to do that for you though.
If the part that I do agree with is that if she's not doing it for you, she don't want to do it for you. That I completely agree with. But you'd have to pull that out based off of what it is that she's saying, right? You'd have to be really paying attention to her. RBN, are you still here? How the hell you gonna be out and I didn't even know you was here? RBN, I know you're still here. But she's like, I believe this to be true. If you can't get some woman to do, but if a woman is not willing to do what needs to be done in order to be with you, then that's because she don't want to be with you. So that's what I think. All these stupid ass conversations about cooking and cleaning, child, that is so superficial and not even the most important part of any daggone relationship. Now, don't have no dirty houses, because child, you bring it on the internet, I'm gonna talk about you. I'm gonna tell you right now, you bring that dirty ass house on the internet, I'm gonna talk about you.
It's something in your masculinity.
It be something in y'all's masculinity. In case y'all didn't know, sassies, it's something in your, well, you are sassy, but it's something in y'all's masculinity, okay, where you can't make a woman be feminine. It's your fault. It's your fault. Let me see. Black men, Anton, and Trump. If it ain't the three of y'all, it ain't nobody.
That you got to exert some type of big energy in you.
You got to exert BDE, child. You heard what she said? You have to exert BDE. This is so ignorant, y'all. This is so damn stupid.
That makes her remember.
But listen to the crowd.
Because she's a woman. You gotta poke your chest out and hold your head up when you speak to women, because if it's one thing that we respect, it's leadership. And
the one thing that women respect, gentlemen, is leadership. So you got to poke your chest out and make your voice deeper, and that's all you got to do, and then they're going to follow right behind you. Bueller. Child, if I don't tell y'all, nobody will tell y'all. Okay.
if I'm ever in a position where I feel like I gotta lead you anywhere, then I'm gonna show you that is bigger than yours.
Well, what if the woman has to lead y'all anywhere? She's gonna show you a ninja that's got a D bigger than yours. Okay, I'm just saying, we be leering.
If the whole time you lead all the things you saying, what if the whole time all the things you saying I'm doing, but I'm still getting disrespected?
Now, listen, he said he's doing all of those things already and he's still being disrespected. Sir, then why are you there? Sir, if you're doing all the things, then why are you there? And why are you asking this question in this room full of mostly women to a bunch of people you don't know and you don't know what their credentials are? That's his mistake. Say I'm lying. That's his mistake. Why he need to go up there and get a dressing down, I guess we shall call it, from Cara, Dara, or Plara, child, whatever her name is. See, he asked for it. Now, before all this, y'all, gentlemen, sassies, would y'all go up there and ask a question, Bueller? Okay, it looks like no. Okay. Okay. Would y'all go up there and ask? Y'all would not go up there and ask a question, gentlemen, sassy straights. Okay, just checking, because I'm sorry, it really does stick out and stand out to me when a man goes up there and asks a question, unless he's ABCD. I'm sorry, I just don't think that this is a place for straight men to be going and asking questions. But that's just me.
Again, this next thing I'm gonna say,
I want you to get. Listen, I want to hear.
Okay, he want to hear it.
Okay. Unpopular opinion. Even if we don't always want to listen to our man, we bow down to the that is doing it right.
We bow down to the ninja that's doing it right. Now, when she's saying doing it right, we know what she's talking about. Okay, we know what she's talking about. And when she says bow down, the only time that a bow down is done to a ninja that's doing it right is when the ninja is doing it. Okay, because if she's trying to equate the fact that if you can actually satisfy her, then you get her to bow down to you in other aspects of life. Am I saying that right? Do you understand what I'm saying? So, first of all, that's wrong. That is not even true, and one ain't got nothing to do with the other. Because if you're all that actually, then the odds are that she's already doing everything that you wanted to do. Not necessarily on the strength of washing clothes and, cooking and cleaning, all that dumb shit. I'm talking about being where you wanted to be, being all up in your face and competing against other women, because when there's good D involved and you getting all that pleasure, I'm telling you, I've said it before, they don't want nobody else to get it. And that's where the competition comes in, child. Because there's plenty of women out here that have been competing for ain't shit ninjas. What about all the women that have been in the jail? Because they was POs, I guess you call them, whatever you call them, correctional officers, and knowing damn well that they shouldn't be dealing with none of them in the jail, but they do. And they think, in my opinion, they think just because he's in jail, you know where he is all the time, so you know he ain't doing nothing, which is not necessarily true, as we have seen and we know, right? So she's trying to equate basically being BDE is going to get a woman to submit. Child, people just be up here saying any old thing. And people don't be listening and listen to these women in the background. Y'all know they full of shit. They full of shit. But what do I know, child? Because all I am is a doctor on YouTube and a lawyer as well. Doc, what's up, Doc? He said, Eddie Murphy said, when they say, ooh, you hear them all the oohs and ahs in the background, right?
If a is working you the right way, you can want to talk back all you want.
So basically she's saying to you, sir, is that you don't have BDE and you're not putting it down. That's what I'm hearing. So you ain't doing it right, sir. But you asked for it by coming up here and asking this question.
But you ain't trying to lose the access to the treatment that you get. And you ever heard the saying, this might be a little vulgar, but being into submission.
Being effed into submission. Girl. And then as soon as somebody F's you into submission, first of all, that's an ignorant thing to say. But second of all, that's when the oppressor gonna knock on your door and they gonna be like, somebody got graped around here. Y'all keep listening to these people. Not y'all, you know what I'm saying. Keep listening to these people, but you hear them in the background.
You wasn't listening to me. Who you think you talking to? Let me show you.
Y'all, come on now. I wish the fuck I would. Not me, but that shit would happen. Oh, I'm gonna F you into submission, and then just be banging out and saying all that shit like that. That is aggressive. That no, child, this is crazy. Oh my God, this is ridiculous. Damn list. Does she not know what she's saying?
How I'm about to do this, and the next thing you know, you going, damn, you right, babe.
No, these are them toxic relationships that I don't know nothing about, child. These are those toxic relationships that I don't know about, that I don't know nothing about, because ain't no way. That sounds crazy. And them in the background, you hear them. And then it would be, you know what type of relationship this is? This is the one where when you try to break up with him, then he's going to come back and then be doing something to you and other people because, you know, he F'd you into submission. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? And I'm not going to point out any particular situation, but it's not like we haven't covered these situations for years at this point. And we be sitting here like, well, why would you still be with him? Because people never want you to go back and see from the beginning to the end. They only want you to see the end. And usually in the beginning, there were signs that this person wasn't a VP at Bank of America. But that's just my thought.
You right. I ain't mean nothing I was talking about. Men who are putting it down correctly at home do not be having these problems.
Nah, definitely putting it down correctly, sweetheart. But there's still women out here.
So she probably just needs some therapy then, bro. That's option number 3.
Now at the end, she probably needs some therapy, bro. I cannot. I think it's weird. A bunch of women be like, bro, homie. I don't know. I know. I'm a man anyway, so you can't go by me, y'all. Call me Michael. All right. That's weird. That was crazy. And the fact that Ace allowed her to continue on, because he will interrupt you and cut you the fuck off real quick, right? He let that shit slide. I don't know if he wasn't paying attention or it was okay because all the women was swooning over it. I don't know. But that is a very toxic, I shall call it, response. But he went up there and he allowed that to happen. That's all on him. But anyway, shout out to tonight's conversation. We'll have more of that later. I just want to make sure I get you off to a good start. Moving on, child. Moving on. Let's get right into this Spirit stuff, child. So this is only this morning. It says Spirit shutdown leaves customers wondering where refund
continues to reverberate across the country after the abrupt collapse of Spirit Airlines.
The move leaving many Travelers wondering what's next and wondering what to do if they had tickets booked on the carrier. Noelle Lilly joining us live from LaGuardia's Terminal A, where Spirit Airlines used to call it home, and at LaGuardia. And some answers are still available to us this morning about what travelers are doing next, Noelle.
Yeah, and Doug, one thing I can tell people not to do is don't show up here. Terminal A is a ghost town. This morning, there are signs up letting people know about the shutdown if they somehow...
Who in the hell is still showing up? I don't know what is this. Oh, LaGuardia. Okay, this is New York. Who the hell is still showing up?
I had not heard yet, and you can't even really go inside. As soon as you enter, there are security guards who will send you back away, and then there's also a barricade up at the door. And again, just reminding people about this major shutdown. So if you do have a flight, there is a message on Spirit's website that says their customer service is no longer available. Known for its bright yellow planes and low prices, Spirit Airlines has been a budget-friendly option for travelers for 34 years. But now, after filing for bankruptcy and a failed government bailout, Spirit announced it would shut down in the early Saturday morning hours. And this means at least 15,000 airline workers are now without a job. And for travelers, you're left to figure out your trips. Customers, they do tell us you are entitled to a full refund. Spirit said it would automatically refund purchases made with a debit or credit card, but you will not get any help to rebook your trip. If you booked with a voucher or...
You do it your damn self.
Those frequent flyer points, Spirit said compensation.
Oh, imagine all the people that have vouchers, because they'll issue a voucher in a heartbeat. Oh my God, I forgot about that.
Credit card, but you will not get any help to rebook your trip. If you booked with a voucher or those frequent flyer points, Spirit said compensation will be determined at a later date in the bankruptcy process, so stay tuned for that. The airline does have...
Yeah, in the bankruptcy process, usually you don't get no payments back. I'm just saying. A
website set up to answer your questions. It's called spiritrestructuring.com. Some other airlines are also offering special short-term deals for passengers. Southwest, JetBlue, and Delta have announced reduced fares for affected airline travelers if you can prove you purchased it before this shutdown. Now, for airline workers, there are options for them too. American Airlines said it is launching a jobs page specifically for Spirit staff members, and United Airlines will do the same. Now, back here at LaGuardia, Terminal A, again, completely shut down. We have been looking around to see if...
John looked like it need to be shut down. This place looked like it's like built in the 70s. What the hell?
There are any people showing up maybe that have questions that are thinking they should still be catching their flight here, but so far it looks like most people have gotten the message because it is completely empty here at Terminal A. But again, this has been 34 years of the airline in business and a budget-friendly option for people, for a lot of folks who couldn't otherwise travel, sometimes the only airfare they could afford. So definitely a big change. Doug, Aziza?
Exactly, Noelle. A lot of loyal Spirit customers who are upset today.
I did not know that Spirit was in business for 34 years. You learn something new every day, child. I thought that shit just came out like maybe 10 to 15 years ago. I remember TWA back in the 70s. That was like a big airline. We used to take that. Maybe that was Spirit and they just changed their name from TWA to Spirit. I don't know. Maybe y'all know. I don't know. But RIP to Spirit, child. Let me see. This guy over here on this is Instagram, but it looks like his post came from Twitter. It says, people celebrating Spirit's bankruptcy don't understand. Spirit single-handedly kept flights affordable and accessible. I'm going to talk about that in a second because that's a lie from hell. Y'all went out of your way to avoid bag fees. Now they are bankrupt. Simple rule. If you're not willing to pay to support things you like, they go away. Now, I don't know why he's saying this because listen, once you start adding up the things that you need on your flight, those prices was the same as everybody else. And if anybody's ever taken Spirit and you got to add a bag and you got to add a carry-on and you got to pay for a seat, shit came up to be the same price as everybody else. Say, you know, if you think it's something different in your experience, that's fine. But I price everything. I comparative price. That's what I'm trying to say. I comparative price everything. And with Spirit, with the seats, that's really a quick trip. That's really a quick trip. Or if you don't have to have a bag, that's a quick trip. I cannot take Spirit if I'm going on a cruise. There's no way, because I need to take a bag. And they damn bag prices sometimes will be freaking $75 for the first damn bag. And I was like, who are you talking to? Get out of my face. The only thing that they did well is when they did that thing where the seat in the middle would have no one there. And it was called a big comfy seat. So the seats were better. You had no one sitting all up on you next to you. And it was a good flight. Okay. And then they gave you something to drink or something like that. That was fine. If I didn't get that, then I didn't want it. Anything else, forget it. But again, once you start adding shit on, because they do nickel and dime you now. They definitely do nickel and dime you. If you are price comparison person, you'll see that it all ends up being the same. So half of the time it's like, well, what am I gonna go through this for? I might as well just go American. Or I might as well just go whoever, anybody else. Because I really only go Spirit, Frontier, and American Airlines. I've never done a Delta flight before ever in my life. Never did a Continental ever in my life. None of it. When I go to the East Coast, I always take American because I got to be big comfortable. Plus, American allows you to take the carry-on bag, and that's basically what I will need. That's it. But when I'm going to Florida, I'm gonna need a whole ass bag because I'm usually going on a freaking cruise. So I'm gonna need a bag that's included or something, some sort of a deal. I don't think people price compare though either. I don't think they price compare. I think a lot of the people that we've seen fight in front of Spirit counters are people that are just like, oh, that's the cheap flight. So then they just go. Just like when they're like, people want to say that Carnival is the ghetto of the seas, which is fine. And then they go there and you think that you're going to do whatever you want to. And you see, they said, oh no, y'all not going to come here and ruin this shit. And they shut that shit down. Now, I don't understand 2-day cruises, but that's just me because I prefer 8. But to each his own. Fa says, agree, but if you're not taking luggage and can squeeze everything into a personal item, then Spirit is worth it. I agree. But if you're packing bags, then but it just depends for me on how far I'm going. If I'm going to the West Coast, I'm not taking Spirit. I'm not taking Spirit. The problem with Frontier that I'm finding, because now that I have the Go Wild Pass, is that it does too many layovers. And for me to go from Philly to California, it'll be like saying 18 hours. And I said, I know you effing lying. No. So Frontier for me is only going to be taking me on the East Coast. That's all it can do. And American Airlines is my going to the West. That's it. So, but if you're packing bags, then mine may well do one of the major airlines. No, when they had that comfy option, it definitely was a good option for me. To each his own. It just depends on what they're trying to do and what they want to spend and where you're going once you get there. I think that really does make the big difference. But for people that don't travel a lot, they might not know these types of things, which is why when they get to the counter at a Spirit airline and they're saying you're going to have to pay for this because you didn't pay for it, and then they get mad. It's like, that's what Spirit is. It's basically a la carte. So that's most of the time why the people were always fighting, because people don't look into things. This is just my 2 cents, but I'm pretty sure I know what I'm talking about. They think that once you pay for what you pay for, that there's nothing else, not realizing that even if you want to be one of the ones to board, you got to pay for that. If you want to get something to drink, you got to pay for that. You want Wi-Fi, you got to pay for that. When I go on American, I don't have to pay for Wi-Fi. They give you a drink and all that type of stuff. These people don't know that because they don't travel. They just know, oh, Spirit is cheap. And if they compare, they probably find that some other place was cheaper, depending on what the hell it is that they was doing. But you can't tell people nothing, right? All right, because Orlando tried to tell people. So this is when we thought that Spirit was going to get a bailout. So Trump had said that he was going to give $500 million to save the industry, blah, blah. Obviously, that didn't happen. So now the damn place is closed. But 8 days ago, this is what Orlando was saying. Spirit Airlines was supposed to, he says, gets a $500 million bailout, but it wasn't secured yet. And he said layoffs are incoming.
Bro, tell me why I was on TikTok today, bro, and I'm seeing like videos talking about Spirit might go out of business, bro. It makes sense because, bro, I literally have a flight the 23rd to New York. And every week these guys are sending me emails talking about they want to buy the ticket out, bro. I think I might be cooked, bro. The ticket is for April 23rd, man. You think I'm going to make it in time before they go out of business? Because people are saying if they go out of business, bro, your ticket is gone, bro. These guys damn near offered me like $120 to give me my ticket back. I only bought it for like $30. I don't know, bro. Let me know what.
That was a sign. That was already a sign. Wow.
I should do.
You should have took the money. Listen, you made your money back 3 times? $30, $120? Man, listen, and the way Spirit is moving, you know they put duct tape and stuff on the plane? Yeah. Go ahead and take it. Go ahead and take it, guys. Listen, guys, I don't know if you guys have heard, but the government, our government, is bailing out. Or talking about bailing out Spirit Airlines. Oh, man, listen. And your question, I know you're thinking, like, why would we bail out a private airline. Why would we do such a thing? I'm saying, listen, we've seen this story before, and I'm going to tell you exactly what's going to happen. I'm going to tell you how this is going to play out, and it's not going to be good.
He's already dead.
Listen, we're going to jump straight into it. My name is Orlando. Welcome to the channel. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe. It really does help out the channel. We're trying to get to 200,000 subs, and I need your help. And we have a lot of unsubscribed viewers, so if you get value from these videos, please hit the subscribe button. Also, too, you know what I'm about to say. I have a newsletter, and in that newsletter, we talk about budgeting. We talk about what the housing market is doing. We talk about real estate investing. Everything that you get here, just the little nugget details are in that newsletter. You need it. It's free. And then also, too, if you need any type of financing that deals with commercial properties or investment properties, I'm your guy. Been in for almost is about to bail out Spirit Airline. Now, listen, I've done videos of Spirit Airline multiple times. I've told you guys I don't like Spirit. So let's just start there. I don't like Spirit. The seats are hard. They use duct tape. I know it's speed tape. but that's still not a good.
Exactly. The seats are hard. The duct tape, we've seen that in recent weeks or whatever. But yeah, no. I would not be taking Spirit to Europe. Ever, never, ever, no way.
But look, I should look out the window and see you trying to tape something together. I don't know about you, but that may trigger something in you, especially if you're riding with your kids and your family. You know, nobody wants to see that.
How much more can you stink?
Then on top of that, Spirit is always canceling. They don't cancel 6 hours before your flight.
They do.
They don't cancel 1 hour before your flight. They cancel 30 minutes before your flight. And then they'll say something like,
Child, you remember when I was stuck in Florida? That was like 2 years ago, y'all. And I think it may have been Spirit. It was either Spirit or Frontier. They like canceled it at the last minute, or maybe it was because of weather. I forget. And I was like, no notice? Like, what the fuck? They said, good luck, biatch.
Have maintenance issues. That's unacceptable. That was unprofessional.
The federal government might be swooping in to save the day for Spirit Airlines. According to a source familiar with the matter, the Trump administration is working on a financial package for the carrier as it tries to emerge from bankruptcy.
A source familiar with the matter tells NBC News it would be $500 million, and it's expected to be finalized soon. In return, the government could possibly own up to 90% of Spirit in the future. This comes as the budget airline faces serious financial trouble with concerns it could shut down if it doesn't get help.
I know what you guys are saying. Orlando, why is Spirit going out of business? Well, they're not a good air carrier. They haven't made money in years. And now that we're in a war, yeah, you heard about that. The straight up, you know what I'm talking about. The Iran war. Now gas prices are high. You know this because you drive. So gas prices are high. What do you think jet fuel is going to cost? Jet fuel. And this is the problem. They can't afford the new cost of jet fuel. I know. Listen, you're thinking to yourself, well, if you can't afford jet fuel and you're putting tape on, you know what? And listen. I just want you guys to think about this. Think about it. We're in a war that we don't need to be in. And then gas prices are high. And then we're going to bail out an airline that doesn't make any money. And they're going to take 90% of it. And it's all your tax dollars. Or mine too. Come on now, dog. And here's the thing. I know a lot of you guys are getting happy like, oh man, Orlando, 90%. We're all going to own 90% of an airline. Well, unfortunately, it doesn't work that way. We won't see a dime of that. Yeah, it's just going to get burned away. You know how it works. We've seen this happen over and over again, but I'm going to show it to you.
In fact, I think the only way I would be remotely okay with us bailing out Spirit Airlines is if that means that's the only way our elected officials fly from now on. No more charter jets, no more private flights, no more business class.
Oh no, that's a great idea, but y'all know that's not going to happen. Oh, it don't matter now, but as of when this video was out, they would never go for that.
No more special escorts at the airport. You fly Spirit. The taxpayers are paying $500 million to bail out an airline that's been in bankruptcy twice in 2 years. Really? April 2026, that's who gets a bailout? Spirit Airlines? Okay, great. That's the airline that all of Congress flies. Oh, they don't fly to your...
That obviously their business model or whoever was running the company was not doing a good job. Let's not overlook that, okay? They clearly weren't doing good. I know that the fuel cost didn't help now, but previously... Clearly, somebody wasn't doing something right. Maybe they should have changed their business model a long ass time ago.
City, well, it's a good thing that you're in Congress. I'm sure that you can find a solution if this is finally your problem. Maybe, just maybe, if Congress can only fly Spirit Airlines, you'll have plenty of time while you're stuck at the gate or stuck on the tarmac to finally find your checks and balances. How about that? How about you can have $500 million in taxpayer dollars if Congress can only fly Spirit? How about that? I cannot believe that we can't have free healthcare. We can't get rid of student loans. We can't do anything but give money to corporations.
I think this is a great time for Orlando University. Class.
Well, she should be happy today because they didn't get the money. So there you go. But when they gave the money to all the banks, listen, they had to do that, y'all. In my opinion, I'm sorry. They had to do that. I don't know where the hell we would be if they didn't do that.
Let's have a candid conversation. Spirit Airline is currently about to get bailed out by our government. $500 million of your tax money. But a lot of people don't understand, why is it that Spirit is offering $120 for a $30 ticket? And here's the answer. That's immediate. They can't afford jet. that jet fuel is more expensive than giving you 3 times on your ticket. And a lot of times people don't think about this as a safety concern, but I would be very, very cautious flying on an airline that can't afford jet fuel and that is publicly acknowledging that the prices are so high that may be the reason why they cancel flights. And if you don't think they've been canceling flights, then all you gotta do is look on the internet, Google it, it'll come up. Hundreds canceled. It's because they can't afford it. But I know what you're saying. Orlando, I'm willing to take that risk. Okay, listen. It's your life. You can do what you want with it. Let me just show you what other customers are seeing.
And this is the exact reason why I don't fly with Spirit. I don't care if it is aviation, airplane, tape, or nothing. The fact that you even have to take the plane together, and then you're doing it while people are on the flight like we cannot see you. That's the reason right there that I will not fly with Spirit. Now, Southwest, I can do. But Spirit, no, sir. After a while, that's gonna need a freshman for the tape. That tape gonna lose their stickiness. You flying all around the world.
Y'all, it looked like you sitting on the Spirit plane. What are we talking about right now?
And you got tape holding it together? Baby, no, don't even worry about it.
I cannot argue with her. I said at the very beginning of the video, that wouldn't give me any type of confidence, especially with my family. On the planes, not me. You? Okay, I understand. You care about the $30. I understand. This is the reason why Spirit isn't really making any money. People don't feel safe on the flights. But I know what you're saying. You're saying, Orlando, this isn't about customers being safe and happy on the planes. This is about the government spending our tax dollars to bail out Spirit. And you know what? I think all of our money is going to be spent correctly. They're going to save the employees. If I have to give my tax dollars, at least it's going to the right company because it's going to save jobs. Before I show you what the government said, I'm going to go ahead and show you what history tells us. Let's go all the way back to 2008. It says here, 35,000 jobs will go at Bank of America. Bank of America announced plans yesterday to eliminate 35,000 jobs. The layoffs constitute about 10% of the firm's workforce. The largest down-south effort by a financial firm. Bank of America was one of the first firms to receive funds, $25 billion from the Treasury Department. And they still laid people off? Oh, man. But listen, I know what you're saying. Orlando, that was 2008. You're crazy if you're going to take that news. Oh, okay. Let's go ahead and jump to COVID, okay? Let's go ahead during the pandemic time. It says corporations that received billions during the pandemic cut thousands of jobs and gave CEO millions. It's outrageous.
This is all a surprise. I tell you, you mean they take the money and run? Take the money and run? Never. I don't know where they do that at.
Egregious. After securing $9.5 billion, ExxonMobil paid its CEO over $10 million with the bailout money? Spent $14.9 billion on shareholders payout. And then announced that it was cutting 1,900 jobs. Oh, but that's not enough. Let's continue. Marriott laid off and furloughed thousands of hotel workers and rewarded its CEO with a 2020 salary of $8.9 million. Oh, no. But they secured $3.6 billion. And then it says here, after securing $25 billion backdoor bailout, Boeing cut more than 26,000 jobs? Say it ain't so.
It's an evil world we live in.
Students, I think you get my point. My point is that while these guys are telling you that we love the people at Spirit Airlines, that won't save them. They're still going to get laid off. See, this happens all the time. And I know people forget.
Y'all, Orlando always pointing out the people that be acting like all these corporations, the people that work for these corporations are wonderful. Listen, I work for a corporation myself, all right? I got to do what I got to do in order to get paid, right? Anytime anybody makes me have to defend them, it pisses me off because I don't want to defend none of these people. But as long as people keep buying the shit, not much is going to change. Because if they got all that money from the bailouts, which we did, we know they got it. And I do believe still that the banks had to get the bailout. But now that he's saying this, they should have had some sort of a caveat in there, like you can't lay off X amount of people, however you calculate that, because you know I'm not a math person like that. You can't lay off this many people in this amount of time or this percentage, like no rules in place at all. It was just, here you go, child. Good luck. Here you go, child. Good luck. And now what's going on in the last 2 years, all the people that's being laid off from everything. Oh my goodness gracious. Sit around waiting for the damn government to help your ass out. Keep waiting, child. Keep waiting.
Not about that, but I did it. I didn't forget. They're going to lay people off. I know they're going to get the $500 million. I know you think it's going to turn around Spirit, but it won't. Everyone's going to get paid from that $500 million. But except you, right? No one's getting, even though we taxpayers own it, we won't get it. But class. Let's listen to what the government is saying.
I think it would be great if someone bought Spirit, but we have to recognize that with Spirit, this is not a story that's new. If that happens, the timeline of when it happens, we can debate and talk about. But the question will be, does the federal government step in and bail out an airline that for a very long time has been run well?
Is it a good use of taxpayer dollars?
So to answer your question, no decision has been made. But there are real factors. Again, a lot of people work for Spirit. We care about the people that work for Spirit.
Yes, a lot of people work for Spirit. Let me move over here to this article, y'all. And then I have a video too. So this is from Fox Business, and this was May the 2nd, so it was yesterday. And it says that Senator Warren, Lizzie, y'all, blasted for blocking of merger that might have saved Spirit. So Warren's 2024 post praised the decision, saying regulators weren't right to stand up for consumers. So this was back in 2024. So this is what I'm finding out. I didn't realize this. I wasn't paying attention because, child, it wasn't my thing to be paying attention to. Hold on, Spirit. Whatchamacallit is, hold on a second. StreamYard is StreamYard, and give me a second. All right, so yeah, so this is what we've been this is what I've been finding out as I've been looking at this. I'm like, Lizzie, why is it always the rich people be telling the non-rich people that they got to worry about rich people, but not those rich people, but other rich people? Bueller, can somebody help me understand it? Being rich is bad. Being rich is bad. Hearing that from a rich person. Talking about somebody richer. Is that, am I the only one that sees that? Shout out to Lawrence. Thank you so much, Boo, as always. I appreciate your generosity. He said, Auntie, just last week at Senate hearings, Secretary of Defense Hegseth said the quiet part out why he's, wait. Hegseth said quiet part why he's writing veterans, civil service members from federal jobs. He's full of shit. He refuses to give salary increases, but he's wanting billions more for war. He wants loyalty. Last week, Senate hearings said Hegseth said quiet part on why he's writing veterans, civil servicemen from federal jobs. So he's ridding them of federal jobs. They get the veterans and civil service people, National Guards, they always get preference on jobs. I only know that because I've been in human resources. He's full of ish, so that must be government jobs. He refuses to give salary increases, but he's wanting billions more for war. He wants loyalty. Child, they can't be in the military forever. I don't think so. Can you be in the military forever? I don't think you can. Child, these people are crazy. They don't be thinking nothing ahead. They don't be thinking ahead about nothing. Anyway. Thank you, Boo. I appreciate you. Update the banner in a second. Shout out to all of y'all that are here. I see you. I appreciate you. Shout out to the plug in the building. Please make sure you hit the like button, subscribe if you are new. No, I know you can retire from the military. No. I know that you can retire from the military. My sister, how long was she in? It wasn't too long. No offense against her, but there's other people like my dad, my stepfather that be in there for forever. 40 years for my dad, and it got to be 30 some years for my stepdad and my uncles. And then they just transitioned into federal jobs, though. They absolutely transitioned into federal jobs. So they want to change all that now, and they don't want them to have that. But if they apply anywhere, they always, if you're military, you get preference on the job, which means your name goes to the top. Doesn't mean you're going to get the job. You just have a preference for it, which I don't have an issue with. But I'm just saying a lot of people might not know that. Anyway. All right. Let's see if we can hear this mess right here. But again, back to Lizzie. Lizzie and who's that other one? Bernie. Why do I want to always say Bernie Madoff? You know, Bernie Sanders, I think. Always talking to people that's non-rich, talking about how they should be upset at rich people. And it's like, but you're rich. What are we talking about right now?
The budget carrier announced overnight it's shutting down immediately and canceling all flights. This after failing to reach a deal for a bailout. Madison Scarpino is live at Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport in Atlanta with more on the Spirit shutdown. Madison.
Hi, John. Yeah, an empty Spirit counter here today in Atlanta. And usually it is always very busy. But now that the airline is shut down after 34 years, thousands of people with a Spirit ticket are forced to find an alternative.
We had to book new flights with a different airline. It's just been us here with 3 kids, 2 5-year-olds and 11-month-old. And we just been in the airport all night. First, they told us that they were going to give us hotels, Uber, and food vouchers, but then they canceled and said that they couldn't give it to us. So we just been sitting here all night.
Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy says this is ultimately the Biden administration's fault. He says they blocked a JetBlue Spirit merger in 2024 that could have prevented this, but Democrat Senator Elizabeth Warren pointed out that the judge who blocked the merger was appointed by Republican Ronald Reagan. But this all comes after years of financial issues for Spirit. It filed for bankruptcy multiple times. President Trump was trying to figure out a bailout, but the deal failed.
Yeah, hundreds of times. A couple of times they have. Elizabeth Warren from Massachusetts is under fire after Spirit Airlines abruptly shut down, with critics citing her claim that blocking a merger could have saved the troubled carrier was a Biden win for flyers. So I believe it was JetBlue, if I'm not mistaken, that was actually trying to buy Spirit Airlines so they would combine. And at one point, I feel like Frontier was trying to buy it as well, if I'm not mistaken. So they was like, yeah, nah, you're not going to be able to do it. Because Lizzie, a rich person, always telling somebody else what's good for them because she's rich, but always want to tell somebody else what they need to be doing and being upset at rich. Not me rich, meaning her, but everybody else that's rich. Spirit announced early Saturday it would cease operations immediately, canceling all flights, blah, 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 blah. The collapse is reigning debate over whether federal regulators got it wrong in blocking a proposed JetBlue Spirit merger, with opponents now arguing this decision may have reduced competition and contributed to the airline's downfall. I've warned for months that I've warned for months that a JetBlue Spirit Airlines merger would have led to fewer flights and higher fares. That's what she wrote in a March 2024 post on X, because like I said, all these MFers do is sit on Twitter all day while hating on Elon Musk, but I digress. Justice ATR and USDOT were right to stand up for consumers and fight against runaway airline consolidation. This is a Biden win for flyers. So shout out to Lizzie for doing the damn thing. And now there's 18,000 people who are unemployed. The damn airline is gone. So all them people that need this alleged cheaper flight, probably odds are aren't going to go anywhere else, even though I still feel like it equates to the same thing. But a rich person knows what to tell non-rich people what to do. They got all the damn answers. But again, there she is. She knows everything. Been in Congress for forever. Another one that keeps getting elected. Anybody from Mass? Anybody from Mass that's in Lizzie's district or area or whatever the hell it is? How's she doing up there? Now, it is Massachusetts, which is going to be different than some other places. It's cold up there. But anyway, what's she doing? Anybody know? Is she bringing wonderful things to her community? Because you know it's not going to be the same as a Maxie's community. But I'm just saying, what is it like over there? What has she changed? What has she done? What has she done? Anybody know? Bueller? Biden administration officials made similar arguments at the time. Former AG Merrick Garland said in a March 2024 statement, the Justice Department proved in court that a merger between JetBlue and Spirit would have caused tens of millions of travelers to face higher fares and fewer choices. Well, then I guess if they merged and the fares were higher, then we would choose someone else. I guess if they merged and the fares were higher, then we would have just chosen a different airline. But Americans are so stupid, they need Lizzie's help. Rich ass Lizzie to tell us what we can afford. Got it. He added, today's decision by JetBlue is yet another victory for the Justice Department's work on behalf of American consumers. And like I say, I hate it when these MFers say, the American people, this is what the American people want, the American people, because they don't be talking in there, none of us. Okay. U.S. Department of Transportation, led by Secretary Pete Buttigieg, also backed the decision earlier in the process. So they all said it's all good in the hood. In a 2023 statement, the agency said it fully supports the Justice Department's lawsuit to block the proposed JetBlue Spirit merger, arguing the deal would eliminate the largest, most aggressive, ultra-low-cost competitor and substantially reduce competition. So they said, poors. Fake poors. All you're ever going to be is poor, and we're going to help y'all so at least you can take a vacation on a flight that is a la carte. And once you a la carte it up, it's the same price as everything else. But because y'all don't know shit and you ain't going to look in the shit, and you need rich people to tell you what to do with their shit, even though they rich, they ain't offering you their money, even though they want you to think that they want you to take rich people's money in order to make your life better. They said they doing the damn thing for you. Okay? They doing the damn thing for ya. Just want to make sure y'all know that. We're reading it. Ain't nobody making this up. We are reading it right here, right now. God, these ads are annoying AF. Even.
Hey, I'm Petey, aka Peter Pan. Turns out adulthood's kind of awesome, especially
All
with
right,
AAA
I
travel.
can't do it. There's too many ads. There's too many ads. I'm sorry. Anyway, the point is that Lizzie swears she knows everything, but we'll go over here and talk to or let BCP talk for a second, because of course he did a video. Shout out to BCP, and he can pick it up because the ads on that thing is ridiculous. Elizabeth Warren and Democrats face major backlash for forcing Spirit Airlines to collapse.
Conversations occasionally. A lot of crazy stuff has happened, but it's funny as we sit here. I'll speak for myself. I don't remember any of the bad times.
Oh Lord have mercy. The damn pilot was saying his goodbyes on the. Don't do that while I'm on the plane, child. Don't do that. And then don't start crying. Oh no.
Good months. So Spirit, believe it or not, started flying in 1983. I think it was called Charter Air at the time. And in 1992, it changed its name to Spirit.
So you're looking at a very empty Spirit check-in area at Charlotte Douglas International Airport after Spirit Airlines ceased operations overnight after bailout talks with the White House broke down. Chanley Painter has the details now. Chanley.
Hey, good morning. So earlier, the company announced it's going out of business, ending its operations immediately, telling passengers not to even go to the airport. That's why it's so empty there. They said this quote, "To our guests, all flights have been canceled and customer service is no longer available. Despite the company's efforts, the recent material increase in oil prices and other pressures on the business have significantly impacted Spirit's financial outlook. With no additional funding available to the company, Spirit had no choice but to begin this wind down." And this morning's announcement could impact hundreds of thousands of travelers and reportedly some 17,000 employees. Through the month of May, for example, some 9,000 flights and 60,000.
Wait. So we got to talk about the major backlash that Elizabeth Warren and Democrats are getting following the collapse of Spirit Airlines. If you guys were not aware, Spirit Airlines is no longer operating because Spirit has been going through a bankruptcy. They have been struggling financially for years, and the final nail in their coffin was the Iran conflict that resulted in jet fuel prices skyrocketing, surging over the past few months, and they couldn't handle it, right? They could not make their way out of bankruptcy due to fuel prices, so they collapsed. I was a customer that was affected. I had some Spirit tickets, right? A trip coming up here, and
look at that. It's not just me, and I'm sure Greg make more money than me. Spirit ain't that bad, depending on how far you going, or it wasn't anyway, as far as I'm concerned. Shout out to Uncle Rick in the building. I see you, boo. Shout out to my fave. He said, "Damn, that little testy male heartbroken on the plane." Because listen, some people might not believe the videos that Orlando puts out. People really are emotionally tied to their jobs, y'all. Some people are like seriously really emotionally tied to their jobs. Now listen, I don't want nobody to lose their job. I don't want to be laid off. I don't want to get fired. None of that, right? But are you taking advantage of everything that your job offers you while you're over here giving them blind loyalty that they will never give to you? This is not the years of 1980s at all. They don't give a damn. Ask all the people from the car industry, okay? I'm just saying. People could stay at the same job for 40 years and they would take care of them. That don't happen no more. Ain't no loyalty. Thank you, Dane. He said Spirit Airline made themselves collapse. They definitely, I definitely believe that whoever was running that shit didn't know what they was doing. That's for damn sure. However, Lizzie did poke her head into something, and I'm sick of rich people telling everybody else that they everybody is out to get them that's rich from a rich person, but they talking about richer people than them. So I could give a shit about what Elizabeth Warren has to say. Fuck that bitch. And she's not Indian. I don't care what she says or whatever the hell it is that she was out here saying some years ago. I don't give a shit about Bernie Sanders. Fuck that nigga too, okay? Y'all, these people are fucking rich, ultra rich, trying to tell everybody else that they got to be worried about richer people than them. Like, it's all these games that these people are playing. It's all of them. It's all of them. Do you see them giving up any of their money? Do y'all see them giving up any of their money? And they ain't going to. But they allegedly out here fighting to make sure that the rich pay their fair share. So when did they come through and say, you know what? Up my tax amount to 50%. Just because I love y'all so much, let me up my tax percent. I'm gonna just give them 50% so that y'all can live better. Or just come out with their daggone money and come to your hoods and your neighborhoods and say, here, y'all, let me just toss this money out here so y'all can do better, because it's not fair that I pay my tax amount and you pay yours. It's just not fair. Please. This is ridiculous. And people be listening to these motherfuckers and re-electing them over. I'm still waiting. Anybody from Maine, where Lizzie has made a difference in their community in life?
Trip got canceled. They sent me an email saying that they're going to refund me the money. We'll see if I actually get it. But yeah, this is very, very, very annoying for me personally. But hey, what can you do? Okay, it's capitalism. They failed, right? They weren't able to survive, and the Trump administration did not bail them out, despite talks of there being a $500 million bailout package, which I think was kind of badly framed by a lot of people in the media. It was more of a loan package with the option of warrants, equity ownership in the future if the bailout is successful, right? But that didn't happen. The stakeholders, specifically bondholders, did not like the government's offer and decided that they would let the airline fold, and they folded. But a lot of people are pointing the finger at Elizabeth Warren and Democrats because this could have been prevented had Democrats allowed Spirit to merge with JetBlue back when Biden was in office. So again, Spirit, who had been struggling financially for years, attempted to merge with JetBlue to create a bigger low-cost airline to compete against the other major airlines that currently operating in the industry. And Democrats said no, right? They were like, no, we're not going to do this. This is a monopoly situation, even though it was not a monopoly situation. And they blocked the merger, okay, which basically made it harder for Spirit to survive financially and ultimately resulted in what we're seeing right now, which is a bunch of canceled flights, less options, and higher prices. Even though Democrats told us that they were blocking the merger in order to prevent that. But the reality is, because they blocked the merger, that's actually what ended up happening as a result of their government intervention. And again, they're receiving a whole lot of backlash from this administration for not allowing that merger to go through, which ultimately resulted in what we're experiencing right now.
That passengers have choices, that they have access to low fares, that they have access to competition.
And socialist Elizabeth Warren said at the time, preventing a merger between JetBlue and Spirit.
Damn, she said socialist. Socialist Elizabeth Warren, which is what she is. Is she giving up any of her socialist money?
Which would have kept us from being here today, said, I've warned for months a JetBlue Spirit merger would have led to fewer flights, higher fares. The irony is that really kind of socialist viewpoint got us one less airline and fewer jobs.
Well, they should have let them merge. That's clear with hindsight. Secretary Duffy argued against having the federal government bail them out. Commerce Secretary Letnick wanted to bail them out. I'm glad the president listened to Duffy. We got no business. The federal government's got no business trying to run an airline. We can't even deliver the mail when the stuff has an address right there on the front. That's free enterprise. I have a lot of friends in small businesses that have borrowed money and tried new ideas, and the government and they didn't work, and the government didn't bail them out. So I'm not a big fan of these bailouts. But I think in hindsight, clearly, President Biden should have allowed them to merge. That probably would have solved most of the problems.
Yeah, having a 10%
between JetBlue and Spirit. And Joe Biden and Pete Buttigieg, along with the Biden DOJ, decided that they did not want that merger to take place. And at the time, the Biden and Buttigieg DOJ bragged and said, as they canceled the...
Now, let me just interject real quick and say, just because JetBlue took them on and they did a merger doesn't mean that would have been all good in the hood. And nobody is saying, because who knows and who can predict. But why would Lizzie and the rest of them even want to stop it? Like, let them businesses business. It's not like we don't have 55 million. How many airlines do we have? Like 12, 15. There's plenty to fucking choose from. JetBlue is not even, their prices are not even as low as Spirit. So maybe it would have made Spirit, given Spirit a better look. Get rid of them yellow planes, make it a little bit more comfortable. And yeah, you're going to have to bring the damn prices up. Guess what? Shit costs money. Shit. Everything cannot be fucking dirt. What is wrong with y'all? Not y'all, you know what I'm saying. I'm sick of motherfuckers acting like there's just people out here who are so damn dirt ass poor that they can't have anything. And that do sound like some shit some socialists would say. Fuck that shit. Then if you can't afford it, then don't go on fucking vacation. Shut the hell up.
Option for this merger, that this was a victory for you as travelers who deserve lower prices and better choices. Now, many at the time said this was a disaster. This merger should have been allowed. And this today would indicate this is not better for travelers. This is not better for pricing. This is not better for competition. Actually, it's worse. We had an airline go down because the markets were trying to allow two airlines to merge, make them stronger, and offer more competition for the American consumer. Also, Elizabeth Warren at the time cheered the blocking of the merger, saying that this was a Biden win for flyers. So again, I think it's important that we always look with a keen eye when airlines want to merge. We care about pricing for consumers. We care about competition. But if the markets are saying there needs to be a...
Child, listen. These people can say whatever the hell it is that they want. They care about flyers. They care about consumers. Child, they don't. There's none of them that are different than the other ones. You heard? If you think that they give a shit about you and your damn money, child, just send all your money to me in a super chat, okay? Because clearly y'all will listen to anybody. The only way you're gonna make a damn bit of difference with any of these prices is to stop buying shit. If you don't stop buying shit, nothing is going to change. Yeah, the damn war has an effect on the price of oil, so the gas is gonna go up, right? All right, some things can't be held, but most of this stuff, Amazon, child, please. Goodbye.
Merger because there's health issues with one of the airlines or more than one airline. We have to take a look at it and make sure we make the right choices. And in this situation, history has judged the denial of the merger between JetBlue and Spirit through the Biden administration with, I think, a view that it was a massive mistake. So we have been engaged again with the airlines.
Yeah, so you say that you heard that. This is what Elizabeth Warren tweeted out in March 5th of 2024. I've warned for months that a JetBlue/Spirit Airlines merger would have led to fewer flights and higher fares. The U.S. Department of Transportation were right to stand up for consumers and fight against runway airline consolidation. That they know what's best for the market. They really don't, right? Just like Elizabeth Warren.
Exactly. They can say whatever they want to. Are they right? Are they wrong? Nobody knows, right? You can think what you want. You can say what you want. But in that case, with the airlines, just let them airlines do what they gonna do. When who was the cable people, child? I feel like there was only like 2 cable people when we all used to have cable. Most of us stream now. But when it was like only like, what is it? I don't even remember, Comcast, and I don't even know. And then they were talking about coming together, and then the choices would only be 2, and it's going to be a monopoly. Yeah, deal with that when it's like 1 or 2. We got 15 different airlines. Choose one. Like, let them people do what the hell they gonna do. That's their business. You don't have to be getting into the business of all. Be in the business, motherfuckers, of what's going on in your damn community, town, county, whatever it is that you're supposed to be in charge of, and make sure those motherfuckers are okay for what's going on there in your state. You minding other people's business as a rich person too. As a rich person. That's always telling everybody else what they need to have. And the American people, child, them motherfuckers don't be talking to nobody until it's time for them to get reelected. And child, she gonna continue to do the same damn thing as who is it? Maxie and Clyburn.
Believes that she knows what's best for interest rates, right? When a Democrat is in office, but when a Republican's in office, all of a sudden it's not okay for Republicans or for the president to have a say on interest rates. Only her, right? Only Elizabeth Warren can have an opinion on interest rates, right? She knows more than everybody. She knows better than all the economists, all the people in business. She knows better than everybody. And allowing Elizabeth Warren to run your economic policy is exactly what leads to airlines like Spirit going out of business, right? This is an Elizabeth Warren, Lena Khan, Joe Biden, Democrat policy result. That's what this is. Again, listen to Chris Murphy here tell us why it was a good thing. It was a great thing that the Biden administration blocked this merger.
So this week, at the request of the Biden administration, a federal judge blocked a big airline merger between 2 airlines you've heard of, JetBlue and Spirit. I want to tell you why this is really important for consumers, but also for the country.
Now they're getting on my nerves. Now they're starting to get on my nerves. I don't want to hear this motherfucker. I don't even know who he is. I've had enough. Let's go to TikTok and see what they have to say, because you know it's going to be foolishness. It'll be funny though. Maybe not funny to hear what they have to say. I'm tired of these I'm tired of people just listening to your favorite politician and you think they give a shit about you. Then none of them give a shit about nobody but they damn selves. I don't care what nobody say. And they always want to talk about the American people, the American people, the American fucking people. They don't even talk to American people. They don't care. They think they know everything about everything. And even when they fuck the shit up, people still re-elect the same damn people. So I don't have time to be all worrying about those motherfuckers. Because like I said, those motherfuckers is going to do what they want to do. So I got to figure out what to do, what we have to do in order to make sure that we stay afloat and everything else. Because those motherfuckers ain't going to help none of us. I still just be like, how the hell do people even listen to Bernie and Lizzie and even most of them when they some of the richest people in the world talking about how you poors and that's everybody here. You're too poor to know what the hell it is that you want. We know better. We know what's better for you. And those rich people, like it's some other people, and those rich people do this and those rich people do that. It's those rich people, not us. We love you. We care for you. It's those rich people. Child, please. Anyway. So we're going to go to the talk. Damn, it's almost an hour and a half already, y'all. I'm not gonna be here for 3 hours. I know y'all like that's all you ever say. Y'all hit the like button for me, subscribe if you are new. Well, the seat that she's sitting in is the big comfy seat that I was talking about. Those seats are not that bad. They really weren't. And then you had maybe it's considered first class, I don't know. And then you had the seat next to you that was empty. That was a good deal, child. I'm gonna miss that.
All right, so everybody's talking about Spirit, right? So let me tell you how Spirit really fucked us, because not only did they, they shut down, so everybody that had flights, like basically they losing their flights. So what is really crazy about it is that if you booked with a credit card, you'll get a refund, not immediately, but allegedly you're gonna get a refund. If you book with credit, like if you book with a voucher or like points or something like that, they said you gotta wait till they go through the bankruptcy part. So that's gonna be forever. But the thing
I was just about to say bankruptcy ain't overnight. So good luck to ya.
The thing that pissed me off is I booked with my credit card. I booked with my Amex Platinum. So I should have got a full refund, right? But no, a week before my flight, they canceled. A week before my flight, they canceled my flight and gave me a voucher. Now, normally when Spirit cancels your flight, they rebook you on the next available flight. Did they do that this time? No, they gave me a voucher. So I had to rebook a whole nother flight, totally different flight, going from different airports too, because that was the only one that was the same amount as the voucher. Why? So now I'm not going to get a refund because I used the voucher. They set me up. They did that shit on purpose. They really set people up. I feel like they did that to a lot of people.
And they probably did.
Y'all, Spirit Airlines going out of business overnight from a Friday night after they were selling tickets and everything. This isn't a wine.
Oh shit, they were selling tickets as a Friday. Who was buying them is the question. With all that chatter that was going, wow, that's dirty work.
Down. This isn't something like a merger. Hey, we're thinking about being acquired within the next 2 years. We will be merging with another company, or we're thinking about closing shop, but we're going to do 18 months, liquidate assets and all these things. No, this is a Friday night shutdown because no liquidity, no resources, no financial means are available. A huge corporation just went out of business. Trump economics is going to go down in history worse than Reaganomics. Reaganomics was horrible. Trumponomics is the pits of hell. The pits of hell. And white people don't care.
Oh, score another one. First of all, score another one for Trump. Y'all, you sassy straights get off this time. And maybe it'll be Anton next. She said this is worse than Reaganomics. Damn!
White people are going to burn the country down to build it up. That is Trump's entire strategy on everything that he does. Burn it down to fix it back up. And that's what we're watching. Get your shit together, folks, because it's not going to get easier for anybody. 1 million black folks done lost their job. He's putting everybody out of business. This is going to be an entire segment of an industry of unemployment. When there are no jobs, we've had the lowest job creation in the history of this country during these last 18 months since he got in office. No jobs created, negative jobs created in the jobs report. It's about to get bad.
It's been a long day.
Welcome to The Real Deal. Yes, I was an ex-employee for many years for Spirit Airlines, that ugly uniform.
Why is it always like, for the most part, black people that work for Spirit too? I'm getting some what is it, racism vibes around here. It really was a lot of black people that worked there. I wonder if they was getting top salary.
On black and yellow, everybody's auntie, and whoever's birthday it was, we always showed up and showed out. There was always cake, cupcakes, food involved.
Oh well, child, as long as there was cake and cupcakes, child, then that makes everything better. I don't need none of that. Pay me.
we loved each other, don't agree with when it came to this airline, there was nobody backing you up really, because I've seen, as you guys seen online, many times where we had to ask the guests, ask the passengers to pay for this bag, pay for this, because nickel and dime you, because that was the policy. And I would see my good friend get beat up after 8:30, and it was just always drama, fighting going on at that counter. Police was automatically called every day. I know they were tired of us. Like, it was automatic where we had to call the police on the passengers because it was just always some type of drama. Honestly, this job gave me severe anxiety and nothing but a headache. I feel
Looked like they was having a good time. Plus, they was giving you cupcakes. What more do y'all want?
sorry for the 17,000 employees, but just because one door closes, God will open up other opportunities for you.
There you go.
God bless. He will do it
There you
and make a way out of nowhere.
What the hell is that? That might be AI.
Hey guys, if you are flying Spirit Airlines today, it's no more. It is no more. Everything that you're reading is valid. I'm here at the Charlotte Douglas Airport, and I just ran into a few passengers that were expecting to fly out today, and unfortunately, it's not happening. They are no longer in business. I strongly advise going ahead and making your phone calls now. Coming up here, it looks like they have a QR code for the passengers, so I don't know exactly how to do it. But I know I got a lot of friends and people that may fly Spirit. But if you have any plans with Spirit right now, at this moment, there's no staff, there's nobody here. So don't even waste your time. Just find out what you need to do to make other arrangements.
Spirit Airlines announced early Saturday morning that it was ceasing operations.
What is this now?
Y'all, tell me why I just woke up to go to the airport and Spirit canceled my fucking flight. Like, didn't even try to rebook it, nothing. Literally just sent a text, hey, your flight's canceled, we went bankrupt. I'm literally sitting here stranded in the Virgin Islands.
I wonder if that's the girl, if there's any place to be stranded, it is the Caribbean, child. They just said, hey girl, we canceled. We ain't in business no more. See you when I see you. Bye.
Right now with no flight home because flights are $3,000. $3,000 to go home. Everybody on the island is trying to find a way home right now. Like, bro, no heads up, nothing. Is crazy. Y'all.
So now that Spirit Airlines is done for, who knows? But what I do know is my resume will say that I have been a senior supervisor for about 5 years. I was the lead managing and
Every morning, I pray for coverage. Am honored.
I don't tell y'all nothing else. For you people that work a 9 to 5, yeah, take your days off.
Girl.
Take your PTO, your sick time, your vacation time, whatever time they offer.
Child, where's the clapping button? This what I'm talking about. Shit. You see I'm off right now, y'all. Every single damn benefit that a freaking company has, and plenty of people, I don't know if it's y'all, but I know there's plenty of people that, they retired and never took a day off. They got all their sick time even though they don't get paid for it. Who the hell needs those accolades? No, I'm gonna need every single one of them days. I give nothing back, nothing. I'm gonna use every single one. My boss be up there talking about, don't tell me what you're using it for, nigga. I will tell you I don't give a fuck because ain't nothing you can do. I will tell you I don't give a fuck. I'm just going to use this shit and tell you I'm going on vacation with it. I don't care because it's my time to use how I want to, because I already know that these motherfuckers will let you go. And guess what? You get paid for nothing. If you're not saving that shit for yourself, y'all crazy. If y'all be saving up and just be like, because you want to look good for the company, fuck them. Y'all go ahead and do what you got to do. Don't listen to me, though. Don't listen to me. But me, every single day, I'm taking them all. And anything else that I qualify for. I ain't say steal. I ain't say cheat. If it's given, it's part of the job, it's part of the benefit. That's like me right now, not going to the eye doctor. That's my dumb ass. My dumb ass needs to go. Those are the health insurance benefits that I have, and I need to go because I know I need to get my glasses prescription updated or whatever it is that they do, right? So I'm being an asshole by not doing that, right? I'm gonna get it done. Everything. The FSA, the HSA, the extra money that they give you when you do your health insurance and all that shit. People that don't be doing that, you crazy. You are crazy. You get nothing back. Remember how many videos have we seen where the man usually he'll come and they'll say, oh, he worked here for 50 years, he's finally retiring, and they give him a cake. He never took a day off in 50 years. Who? I told y'all my mother-in-law be like, what are you doing off? Bitch, don't be questioning me. You off again? Bitch, don't be questioning me. Child, this is not the 1960s, child. And when y'all worked all them daggone years or whatever, you had some good-ass jobs that was giving you all them damn benefits and shit. No, I'm taking them all. Every single last one. I don't care. People that be sitting up there being like, oh, I'm scared. Scared of what? It is your job. It's one of your freaking benefits. What is the point in getting a benefit that you're never going to use? What is the point? Child. Anyway, come on, girl. You speaking. Go, girl.
Because they don't give a fuck about you.
Nope.
Something happens to you today or tomorrow, they just gonna replace your ass. Yep. You having a personal, serious life matter. Hell, it could be a life crisis. They want to know, how soon can you report back to work? And if it's a little too long for their liking, they're going to fire your ass. They don't care nothing about you. They just care about their business. So you need to care about your business and take your days off so you can handle your business. Because I'm telling y'all, these companies, they don't give a fuck about y'all. It's very, very rare you're going to find a company.
Orlando Minor been saying that for how many years now? And we still see the videos that he put up with people talking about, I thought they cared about me. Y'all got it all twisted up in the game.
That really cares about their employees. Okay? It's very rare. And I understand it's a business. You got to operate like a business. But at the end of the day, you have to have some type of compassion for the people that's slaving for you to make you money. And I'm telling y'all, they don't give it. All they care about is the money. So take your days off. Take everything that they got to offer you. Okay? Because they don't give a damn. I mean it, a damn about you.
Facts.
If you have a Spirit Airlines ticket, don't.
I come to say goodbye.
Where are you going?
Sound a little trippy.
Charlie, will I ever see you again?
Child, this could be racism, y'all. I'm just coming to the conclusion that this is all Donald Trump's fault, like that other lady said. And this is racism. So now I guess the narrative will be that Donald Trump now fires 17,000 minorities because most of the people that look like they work here are black and brown BIPOC. Black and brown BIPOC. I say it is Donald Trump's fault. Yeah, I'm gonna go with that narrative too. He planned this from back when Lizzie had something to say, and now it finally made it come to fruition. And now there's all these minorities who now have no job. Got it. Just FYI, yeah.
Sure you will, kid. You know, goodbyes aren't forever.
Then, goodbye, Charlie.
I'm old enough to remember when you could fly and check bag without fees. A flight over 3 hours, you got a meal, not Biscoff cookies and pretzels. No one.
Oh my God, y'all remember Generation X where you would get on a flight and you got a meal, even though it was disgusting as hell, but you did get a meal and you didn't have to pay for it, and you didn't. Remember, you could smoke on planes. Some of these Z's don't know that, and maybe even the millennials, but child, you could smoke on a damn plane. They used to have the little flip up thing for your ashes on your arm handle, and then you could smoke, put out your ashes and keep on smoking.
Eats in real life, and you never had to pay for a seat or overhead bin space. So what happened? Spirit Airlines happened. As America's first ultra low-cost carrier, it completely disrupted the aviation industry, and while opening access for more people to travel, it upended the airline experience, ultimately making it worse overall for the rest of us. Well, seemingly overnight, Spirit Airlines ceased all operations and declared bankruptcy. But that is a part of a larger story.
So if you have a flight scheduled with Spirit Airlines...
All right, I've had enough. All right, but yeah, so it's a done deal with Spirit, all right? I don't know what anybody who can't afford the other flights, even though technically you can, are going to do. But save your money, child. Just save your money. Anyway, moving on, child. Moving on. Child, I don't want to get my blood pressure raised, but let's go ahead and look at some of these fools. And we're going to start with this fool here. Shout out to Kofa for bringing this to my daggone attention with regard to Dondre Whitfield. So if you recall, if you were here, we watched Funky Dineva come out here and say that black men are the cancer to the black community. The problem with the black community are you sassy straights. It's straight men. It's not ABCD men. It's not women. It's not children. It's not anything but straight black men. Okay. Uncle Rick, you can't tell them nothing. Uncle Rick, you can't tell them nothing. They just going to be saying stuff like Donald Trump filed bankruptcy however many times. And I just be looking like, oh, tell me you don't know nothing about money without telling me you don't know nothing about money. But I digress. We be knowing. Anyway. So basically, all this is coming up under the heels of the Shreveport 8, Justin Fairfax, and a couple of other situations that have come up, of which those people were out of their minds, not from the, oh, I have mental health issues. No, they can't cope, right? I don't think that the answer is to bring up, oh, but black women kill people too. No, I don't think that that's the answer in any way, shape, or form. And while I do believe that there maybe needs to be a conversation about how to handle adversity, nobody wants to talk about that. Getting people's emotions in check, nobody wants to talk about that. How to deal with things that come up in life, because nothing is peachy keen at all times. But for some reason, people seem to think that everybody's supposed to be happy 24 MF hours a day. I've been saying this for forever. I stand by that, period, point blank. And then as soon as a monkey wrench gets thrown into life, people act like they don't know how to handle and cope with shit. And you can see that in the kids right now. But everybody thinks that they're doing the best job with their kids while they do whatever they want and put a damn iPad in front of their kids' face. And then when they have something happen, they don't know how to handle it, which is how you have a Negro child knocking another Negro child to the ground, stomping on her head. And then the mother comes through talking about, not my baby, and no outrage for that. However, when it comes to anything else, and you see one man, and even if ain't no man, they're gonna bring a man into the conversation, and it's always, not always, it's typically a black one. So shout out to your black sassy straights today. Yes, I did get this. Kofa went over this yesterday. I didn't even know this was out. So this is Dondre Whitfield. For those that do not know, he was I know him from All My Children. He was on Girlfriend, so I guess he might be in the black sector somehow, some way. I don't think he's like some well-known actor, but basically he's an actor. All right. So let's hear what this ninja got to say. It says, his caption is, men, what are we doing? It's time. Stay tuned for part 2, where I talk about what we need to give the information and instruction to those that need it. Males need to matriculate into manhood, and men like us need to lead so that we can protect our women and children. All right.
My brothers, what the are we doing? What's going on, man? No, seriously. I need to know what is going on. The amount of out of control, violent black males is absolutely staggering. And I think, honestly, if I'm being honest, like, you know, we've seen this out in the street. We've seen this play out in the street, in gang violence and things of that nature. But now it feels like those.
All right, I'm gonna have to interrupt because I don't know how long his soliloquy is gonna be, child. I ain't got time. So when he's talking about GANG violence, which I feel like goes along with rap, which way back when people was trying to do something about that, and all the pushback was no, let it go. And it has flourished ever since. But don't forget that Jamie, just yesterday when we were watching that bitch, said that male rap is bad. But Meg, female rap, is good. So listen, it's not just Dondre here that's causing this divide or continuing this divide, right? When somebody was trying to do something about the music, everybody had this pushback. No, it's racist. It's racist. I don't even think it was white people. I feel like it was, what is it, C. Dolores Tucker or something like that? You remember the black lady that was trying to curb the rap music because it was degenerate then, and imagine if they could see it now. I don't know if she's still alive. I forget what the lady's name was. Anyway, it was a problem. It's misogynistic. It's, this, that, and the third. Nope. Everybody wanted it. It wasn't a problem. Keep it going. All right. Now it's kept going. Now all of a sudden we want to talk about the GA&Gs. You mean the same GA&Gs that be carrying on every daggone weekend to this day? Over there, and I don't even need to name the places, y'all already know. And don't forget that summer hasn't even started yet, and we all know, whether people want to believe it or not, that summertime has even more violence than it is in the wintertime. See Dolores Tucker, thank you, boo. She was from Philly too. Oh, I didn't know that. Okay, all right. But anytime you try to address something with the colored community, because let's be honest, at the end of the day, that's what we need to be focused on. But when you try to focus on it, people come through and be like, you racist, you white supremacist, talking points and all that bullshit. But then all of a sudden, now that these several things have happened over a short time period, now all of a sudden people want to be outraged. Now all of a sudden people want to say it's the rap music on the male side. People want to say it's all black men's fault because y'all know between you, Anton, and Donald Trump, everything is y'all's fault. But when people try to address these situations before all this mess, everybody wants to down you, clown you, and give you pushback. People that be fighting against their own interests, of which we saw yesterday, thanks to April Chapman, not that we didn't already know. They ain't trying to hear this, and they ain't trying to hear this from your bitch ass, and definitely not from no damn funky Dineva, who slowly pulls himself out of the damn conversation, even though he do look like he's allegedly a black man, regardless of if he's ABCD or not.
Things are spilling out into the proverbial streets of everyday life. I wrote a book called Male versus Man, where I talk about how males look to be served while men look to be of service. So when you hear me talk about the differences between males and men, this is exactly what I'm talking about.
Did y'all want to buy his book, Males versus Men, Bueller? Anybody? All right, just asking. There's a difference between males and men. You hear Dondre talking.
If I make a reference to a male, or if I make a reference to a man, and they say, well, they're the same. Well, biologically, we are the same because we all have the same body part, biologically. But functionally speaking, males and men are completely different.
Because you're a male when you... Wait, are you allowed to say this though? Hold on. Are you allowed to say that there's males, which means that there's also females? Is that allowed anymore? I thought you had to go along with any crazy ass person's thought process with whatever the fuck it is that they go along with. They a dog, they a cat, they a tree, and now there's supposedly like 17 genders or some bullshit. But all right, let's stick to normalcy right now. Now it's okay for Dondre to say it because he's talking about black men. This is what I'm getting out of this, but I digress. So nigga, we know that there's males and there's men. When you're born, you're a male or a female, and then you grow up and you become a man. So thanks for the biological lesson.
Because all of us have penises, but not all of us have purposes. That is the big difference between the males and the men. Males are moved by the motivation of their penis. Men are moved by the motivation of their purpose.
Profound. Who's raising these males? That's what I want to know. Who's raising these males to allegedly become men, Dondre? Do you talk about that in your book?
I completely get why our sisters are so confused, because
I'm not confused. I'm not confused at all. But go on.
Males are making more noise, both literally and figuratively, in our community and in our society at large. They're the ones that you hear about and hear from most often.
So where are the people in the comments that's going to say you talking white supremacist talking points? Hold on, let me see. Do you have a podcast? You need one. Well articulated. Friday. Absolutely. Thank you. I've said this for years. The difference between men and males. Thank you for speaking out. Now wait a damn minute. No lie told thing. Hold on. Why in the holy hell are y'all gonna give him praise? And I be telling y'all that we got an issue in the community, and now I gotta hear all this shit. Oh yeah, that's right, because I be talking about bitches. Oh, my bad. That's what it is. So absolved again. Women do nothing wrong, and then wonder why they have these air about them attitudes and thinking that they run shit because of people like this nigga right here. So if you just want to say that there's a problem, why don't you acknowledge how these males, before they become adults, get the way that they are? And who's raising them? Dondre, if you want to talk about it all, let's talk about it all. Let's not pick and choose, nigga. Because in order for the male to become a man, somebody's got to raise him. And if anybody thinks that that's not a big part of what's going on right now, you're a fucking fool. If there's anybody that don't think that a big part of the problem is who's raising these males into men is not a big problem, then you're a fucking fool, because women are emotional. I take that on the chin. I'm not offended by that at all. That's something that we have to control. I told y'all that my stepdad told me that when I was much younger, where he said that you need to get a control of your emotions, because if you go out there and you do something and you don't think about it, your life will take a big change, and then you'll be in trouble because you didn't take a moment to stop and think before you acted. Do you think these people today are teaching this to their children? And that's all children, to be perfectly honest with you, because it's all these kids that are wild. And now, again, I know he's talking about these particular situations that came up, and I absolutely think that all of those niggas need to burn in hell. I said that, I meant that. Why I won't have issue with the DJ Twitch for taking himself out. Because if you want to be taking yourself out, take yourself out. But these people cannot handle rejection, issues, problems, or anything like such. That's the problem. I understand it's a hard time to go through a divorce. I get it. I got it. I understand that it's hard when you break up with people. I understand when relationships end. Everybody's supposedly so wonderful at relationships. Everybody supposedly ain't got no feelings. All these people out here talking about I'm just as strong. I'm strong. I'm strong. Everybody's strong. And then you see that everybody ain't as strong as what they preach that they are. So how about there be some fucking mental health help instead of getting up here talking about 50 motherfucking 50 and carrying on about whether it's okay for Stephen A. Smith to want a woman to fucking cook for him. But that's not what people want to concentrate on. They would rather concentrate on and take the side of a woman just because a woman said something, and have no regard for a man until you want to blame somebody. Say I'm lying. Say I'm lying. Taking all these dissertations on an 8-month relationship. How many of us have ever been in a relationship, girlfriend, boyfriend situation, and you broke up? So then that means the whole world has to burn. That means the whole world has to weigh in on whose fault is what. And then when you say something about said female, then all of a sudden there's something wrong with you because you can't say anything. Shout out to the post that I put up that asked y'all, what the fuck is that? That asked y'all, have you had a woman apologize to you, or something along those lines, that has a woman ever called you up and just apologized to you to say that they was wrong? Something along those lines. And most of y'all said no. Most of all of y'all said no, right? Haven't gone through them all, but from what I could see, because I already knew what the answer was, because women won't and don't apologize for the most part, because they don't think that they do anything wrong, because you have people like Jamie sitting up here saying that Meg's music is sexual positivity and women empowerment, just making shit up as you go. So as long as you have people lying in your motherfucking face, will not listen to anyone else, will never have a real discussion where you're actually responding by listening and not responding just to respond, none of this will ever change. And you cannot blame it on one person or one side for a whole daggone community. You can't, when you see a daggone mother who we see on tape, whose son, whose male child stomped out a younger, smaller female, all on the strength of she didn't give him her phone number. You don't want to talk about that now, do you, Dondre? You don't want to acknowledge that, do you, Dondre? Because until you address the kids at this point, the rest is not going to matter. Now, are there people that need to be talked to as adults? Absolutely. It's not even a question. At this point, you better grab this generation now, because they're going to be the next group that's going to be even worse than the group that's out here, because they're getting less attention than what the ones who are causing chaos doing teen takeovers are right now, because their parents are either not there or they out there in Miami mad that the Generation X mothers won't watch their funky ass kids. But y'all don't want to talk about that. And this has nothing to do, honestly, with me cutting specifically for Black men, even though I'm being fair. These motherfuckers are being disingenuous, especially when somebody like Funky Dineva comes out and says this shit and then turns around and pulls himself out of the conversation. Nigga, are you not a male, regardless of if you act like you're not? You are part of the problem, because you put the gasoline on the fire to make this conversation be more than what it was to begin with. And then again, that's another person absolving women. People just keep absolving women like they don't do nothing wrong. And then you bitches sit up here and say, that's right, you're not going to tell me. Then you're crying on fucking TikTok talking about you can't get a relationship and these men. So these men are the problem no matter what the daggone situation is. And y'all don't ever do shit wrong. Y'all don't ever want to course correct. Y'all don't ever want to have no real conversations. And honestly, I'm going to have to go over to P's World. I don't think I'm going to get to it today, but it looks like Maggie was on, shout out to our friend Maggie, the substitute teacher, was on probably a Jubilee show or something, because she always out here doing something. And she clearly schooled some of these young women. I'm pretty sure that they didn't take it, because y'all really don't want to listen to the people that you should listen to. You would rather listen to people like that girl that we just listened to over there on tonight's conversation, who sounds half damn crazy. And at the end of the day, what she said was pretty disturbing when we think about it. What she was saying, what she was advocating for, what she was suggesting goes absolutely against what the fuck Dondre is saying right here. Am I lying? It absolutely goes against what Dondre is saying right here. But all the women's in the chat was all hooping and hollering it up now, aren't they? Y'all, ain't nobody got time for these fools and their foolishness. Let me let this nigga continue.
They're the ones that are spoken about most often. And so it gets very confusing. When a male does something that is so disgusting, so cowardly, it produces pain.
Yeah, it produces pain for those people that he did the crime to. So keep it to them, shall we? Just like these people taking on this stuff with Meg, and only all this hurrah about Megan Clay based off of a fucking post that Meg Thee Stallion put up. No word from nobody else in the situation, which would be Clay. And all these bitches is taking it on like it's their own personal trauma and like it's the fucking gospel. But let somebody with actual gospel, shout out to Wooden, you wouldn't listen to a word that he has to say.
In life motivates us to actually do something. This past weekend, as a father, I had to do my duty with my son. And then I did my duty with a young lady who I see as a bonus daughter.
What?
But you are never going to hear about stories like that from men like me.
Nigga, nobody wants to hear good stories. I will put a good story up on here and ain't nobody gonna look at it. Oh, well, you should just do it. Fuck you, you do it. Ain't nobody here just to be passing time. Fuck that shit. I'm gonna go with the shit that people want to hear. What's the controversy or whatever the hell it is that people are talking about and listening to. I would be a fool. Y'all do that shit. Y'all got all these ideas. Go implement that shit. Ain't nobody trying to hear it. Dondre, you do it. Dondre, you do it.
Because what we do creates pleasure to those around us. Pleasure does not motivate people like pain does.
Pleasure motivates people, child. Pleasure definitely motivates people.
Pain activates you to talk about things all the time, particularly when you don't have any control over it. So it's not that we are so outnumbered. We are just underrepresented.
Is it racism? Is that where you going, nigga?
Saw an incident where a young man, he body slams this young lady, and then actually stepped on her head.
Correct.
All because she turned down his advances.
Correct.
As a man.
He's not a man, he's a child, but go on.
As a father, that would have been his last day in the land of the living.
So your answer is to delete that child. Okay, nigga.
A young boy has a reason to treat a young lady the way he's supposed to treat her when he knows that her father is waiting in the wings.
I don't know where Dondre is living today, but he's not living in reality. Okay. Let me tell you why he's not living in reality. One, ain't no fathers. Okay. Now, Dondre will probably give a different reason as to why there's no fathers. And the women's is going to give a different reason as to why there are no fathers. But the reason why there are no fathers is because the community, one, does not believe in vetting. Two, doesn't believe in marriage. And three, they love the names baby daddy and baby mama for some reason. Me personally, I think it's I don't like it, but to each they daggone own. And they think that that's the way this is supposed to go. And since women are the ones who control sex outside of grape and essay, then they're the ones that are making the choice to go ahead and have sex with people who ain't shit, who ain't got shit, who ain't never had shit. And yet at the end of the day, they will still go ahead, F them people, have them daggone babies, and then expect that all of a sudden all this money is going to start raining from the daggone ceiling. You think I'm lying? Go ahead and take a look, Dondre, if this comes across your desk. And look at that damn heifer that's having blue faces, baby. Blue face, blue face, blue face, blue face, blue face. And the heifer that's already pregnant by blue face, blue face. These people are having sex with a man that's got tattoos all over his face, then already willingly ran that other heifer into the ground and had a baby with issues. And she done moved on, and there's still women ready to sign up, because the problem, Dondre, the bigger problem is that biatches will go along with any old thing, because regardless of what most of their mouths say, they're going to go after what it is that they want, even if it's blue face. Because of a come up that in the community that it says that it's okay to be a whore now. And you can call yourself a whore. Shout out to Meg. And then people like Jamie, these are all women, will come through and say that it's women empowerment. No, it's whoredom. That's what it is. And there's a lot of whoredom in the community, of which we didn't really have back in the day. But now somehow, some way, it's allegedly, supposedly a come up. And now that's the way that women who are supposed to be so smart, the most educated, are supposed to use themselves now, because I'm going to use what I got to get what I want. And then they get what they want based off of what it is that they allowed into their lives. And then all of a sudden, it's not their fault, even though they're the ones that are doing and allowing it. So what you can't do is absolve women from this conversation and blame one side completely. You nor Funky. You are part of the problem. Because what you don't mention, Dondre, is the fact of who came to that little nigga's defense. Who came to that little nigga's defense? His mama, who happens to be female. No daddy showed up. No man, as per usual, was there. And she said, not my baby. So you don't think that that's a problem, Dondre? You don't think that that's an issue, Dondre? For women to continue to make excuses, not have men in these boys' lives, and then have women who are emotional. Again, I agree. Going to raise a male into the man. That's what you said, male to man. And think they're not going to get all that emotion when they don't have a man there to show you how to be a man. You think that's okay? So you think you could just take women out of the whole conversation, just like Funky said? I think that you're wrong. I know that you're wrong. I don't give a fuck how many books that you wrote. It doesn't even make sense when you say it. And because you didn't look into it, I want you to go ahead and look into it. Again, if this comes across, and you go see what the mama said, and let me know what you think after that, because I have a feeling, y'all. Allegedly, I'm not sure, but I'm just saying, allegedly, he'll sit there and say, oh, because the man didn't step up, so he wasn't there. Of course, that's what it is. Of course, that's what it is. Because anyhow, anyway, that you motherfuckers can pander to people and you think that that's ever going to solve an issue or problem. If everybody don't get held accountable, nobody gets held accountable, period. Because you can't be having one side always acquiesce to the other side, because basically that's what the fuck it is that these niggas want you to do. While the gay can do whatever the fuck he wants to and absolve himself, even though you a male too at the end of the day. And please, let's we not act like that you ABCDs ain't got no issues. Don't they have a high divorce rate or DV rate, y'all? I believe among women, if I'm not mistaken. Y'all been given the right to get married. Y'all can't even make that shit work. But they the ones that's going to tell everybody else what to do. Child, that's the same as listening to Elizabeth fucking Warren and what's his name? Two rich people tell y'all that you can't have shit because of rich people. If y'all don't get out of my damn face with this bullshit.
If he takes a misstep, that's how behaviors get governed in the land of men and males. But when males don't see that there is accountability at the end of their actions, they just do whatever it is that they do.
Correct. So how about that accountability? Because Dondre, so you wasn't there when they were saying defund the police, and when the police tried to do something and everybody says it's racism, you didn't see all that. And then when the police were defunded or they quit and they retired and they say we was done with that shit, and then the colors was upset because the police don't show up when they call them. So how the hell is it that you're gonna say you don't want them and then you're gonna call them and then get mad when they don't do what you want them to do when you want them to do it? And who leads those charges? Because I'm gonna go out on a limb, y'all. I could be wrong. Y'all let me know. I'm gonna go out on a limb. I could be wrong. Y'all let me know. It's more biatches, probably the 92% going in and advocating for these things to the detriment of our own communities, and then turn around to say it's white supremacy, discrimination, and racism, just like holding people accountable, like that little nigga that did that to that little girl. You're gonna say something to the good mama that's doing it, and we show it all the time. These are the news stories that come across the news and be on these daggone blogs. But it's always an absolve for that mama and those women that sit up there and cut for these same young males turning into men who can't control themselves because they got no discipline, because no one disciplines them, because they're allowed to do whatever the fuck it is that they want to, because that's allegedly what, you know what? These biatches wouldn't even do that for the daggone men that they open up them legs and take all that pleasure from. But they're going to do and give everything to their daggone kids, their sons. Isn't that interesting? So those males, they can give everything, but to you, Sassy Straight, you don't get shit. You just get their ass to kiss. Aren't y'all lucky? And then you get a fucking ABCD and this LTM to tell y'all and chastise y'all on what to do, but didn't even look enough into the story to hear the daggone mama and what the fuck it is that she got to say, because it's always somebody's damn mama coming up here talking about, nah, my baby. Which is why you can have a little boy that allegedly was bullied into helping other young males to grape a young girl, and then he gets to get out because he was allegedly bullied. Okay. Dondre don't know what the fuck he's talking about.
We got to start getting active again. And the men got to start being louder than the males. That's what has to happen.
So now being louder is the answer to it. What the fuck is that going to do?
I'm going to tell you something. We're running out of time. The males are telling us exactly what world we live in. So men, my brothers, what the fuck are we doing? What are we doing?
All you doing is yelling, nigga. What the fuck is wrong with you? What are y'all? He talking to y'all, Sassy Straights. What are y'all going to do? Y'all better SYS. No. My bad. SYCBM. Woo! Y'all better SYCBM.
I'm tired of everything that I'm seeing. And I'm not one to sit idly by and watch things happen, particularly when our women and our children are being devastated and decimated while we sit back and watch.
I'm not being decimated at all. My nigga gonna take care of me. I don't know about the rest of these people, but maybe they need to get one instead of trying to fight them. How about that conversation, Dondre? No? All right.
Yo, it's time. So men, my brothers, what the
Yeah, okay. This nigga starting over again. Anyway, Child, he just up here being loud. He ain't got nothing to say. Ain't nothing different. It's always somebody else's fault. He sounds just like a woman, honestly. Ain't no way in the world that you could just sit up here and just be like, oh, you better do something. And then gonna sit up here and advocate for taking people the hell on up out of here. That's what you think the answer is? That's what my stepfather was making sure, not to that extreme, of course, but that's what my stepfather was trying to teach me, to make sure that I think before I act. And if you're not going to, at minimum, at least say that, you should at least be saying, y'all need to think before you act. Take a second to take a moment, to take 5 seconds before you do something, so you can be sure that's really what you want to do and be ready for the damn consequences. But then again, there are no consequences any longer because the biatches have already made sure that there are no consequences, and now they upset that there are no consequences. Make that make sense. Who the hell was pushing for all these laws to be changed so that there's no one being held? There's nobody behind bars. You can be out even if you don't have the money. The cashless cashless bail, I think is what it was called. Remember when we was here when they changed that over in Shaddam Cargo? I think they had deemed it not Night of the Living Dead, but something similar to that, because it started like January the 1st, and it was like, no more bail is needed. You're going to get out. You won't be held. And so now you have all these criminals. Y'all wanted less time for people to be in jail because it was racist. Y'all said that the terms are longer for black people, even though you got the black oppressors out here. Every time we see a news conference, it's a ton of oppressors in the background. They running shit. They got into the law enforcement. Did Joe Biden get y'all's judges up there that were black? Most of them ain't shit. They sitting up here, and you got what you wanted from Joe Biden, and probably even Obama. You got the judges that you wanted. They're lenient on crime, and then when something happens, you say, "How did this happen?" For people that be talking about going back to the root, remember y'all said that it was racist because you deem everything as racist now. And now nothing can be deciphered from that at this point. You use it with everything. So now everything is in disarray. And again, I could be wrong. I don't think there was too many men, but maybe I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure it was driven by the 92% because y'all know everything. So know how to get the fuck on up out of the situation, because everybody's strong and independent. Everybody can do it on their own. And then you turn around, be crying, talking about nobody protects you. You do not get protection from people that do not know you. I don't know where all this comes from. I don't know where it got all fucked up and slanted, but no one is required to lay down their life for you just because you're you. Just because you black, we black, and everybody is black. Because I told y'all, I might call 911 for you, but I'm heading out. All right, I'm going to head out. Because y'all, I ain't got time. If I was there to begin with, because I'm crossing the street from all y'all's foolishness, I'm not going to be able to do it. Y'all don't want to hear stuff like this. Y'all would just rather blame somebody else, absolve yourselves because y'all got all the money, you got all the businesses, and you helping all these sassy straights. And then we listen to these damn stupid ass stories, questions from tonight's conversation from people who should know better at these big ass ages. And it sounds like y'all really don't know. And from the younger generation, you got people getting pregnant by blueface. Getting pregnant by Blueface and bragging about that shit because you just think you want some damn come up. Because I promise you that nigga, if he don't want to give you nothing, he not going to give it to you and he don't give a damn. He'll go back to jail. That's just a bigger view of what the hell it is that y'all like and what you will put up with. A ninja who just came out of jail with a bunch of fucking tattoos on his face. That's what y'all teaching your kids. That's what y'all are teaching your kids if you're teaching them anything. And then when the kid comes out here to show and prove that your kid's as dumb as boxes of rocks, he's the one that's going to get in trouble because he's showing and prove it because they don't want you to know, even though I don't know how you can't know that your kid is dumb. Oh, yeah, because y'all don't pay attention to him. Dummism, all 2026. And then somebody try to tell y'all and bring you in there to talk about your damn kid. Y'all don't want to come in there. Not my baby. No correction whatsoever. Nobody can tell anybody shit. Everybody is perfect, child. Fine. It is what it is, right? It's crazy. Anyway. So yeah, that's that as far as the child, what is his name? I was about to call him DeAndre. Child, what is his name? Dondre is concerned. He said he was gonna come out with a part 2. We'll see if he comes out with a part 2, but I don't want to hear what he has to say. Anyway. I don't know if I got this one. Thank you, Dane. He said Spirit Airlines made themselves collapse. Oh, yeah, I did. Yep, I don't disagree with you. Shout out to P. Rothstein. Thank you so much. Very generous of you. I appreciate you. He said all the people that are stranded in those exotic places because they flew Spirit, it just lets you know that most people are lying and big cap. Oh, for sure, for sure. They could only afford Spirit, which means you really can't afford this trip. Most of the time, that's why all them fights, for the most part, happen in front of Spirit. BCP calls them the EBT community, and I do not disagree with him with regard to that. Because how you gonna get mad because you got to pay for a bag? We all know that we pay for bags now, but what you should know is that if you pay for bags in advance, it's going to be cheaper than when you get at the counter. It was like this last flight that I just took, and I got only a carry-on. It got full up because I'm not paying to be on the flight first. Because as long as the seat is there, I don't give a damn. I pay for seats because I'm not going to sit in the middle, and I'm not going to sit in the back of a plane. I pay for seats. Everybody gonna do what they gonna do, right? So I get up there, and of course they said there's not enough room for carry-ons, which is fine. Carry-on, it's included on American Airlines. So they were like, we're gonna have to check the bag. Child, check it. I don't care. As long as I ain't have to pay for it, I don't care. That's all that matters. Do they even know that game? Child, yeah. If it gets overcrowded and it ain't enough, y'all gonna take it and I ain't gotta pay for it. I'm telling you, these people don't even know that much. Can't tell them nothing, child. Thank you, hon. Thank you for another 10. He said, Dondre, just be quiet and be happy with his gorgeous wife. You can't teach me nothing about being a man when you don't run your own house. Ooh, finally caught you live. Yes, welcome and thank you so much. Ooh, you got some smoke for Dondre. Dondre needs some smoke, but you see what he get in the comments, right? You go, boy. You go, boyfriend. Yeah. Funky Dineva probably gonna come over there soon, damn enough to congratulate him too, child. Anyway. So let's take a look at this real quick because it kind of goes with the conversation. Because what are they going to do to try to fix this with the kids? Because the kids got some problems, whether they want to realize it or not, right? So this says from WUSA, DC residents are offering insight into the teen takeovers and curfew. So we know about teen takeovers where they all decide they're going to meet up at some place they ain't got no business being. They be out there all hours of the night. All of a sudden, it's everybody else's problem, not their parents' problem, yada, yada, yada. So now they got a solution, allegedly.
And I would suggest that we could find a place where the teens could just hang out. And it would have to be the late hours, like 9 to 12. Let's just hang out. Let them be free.
Cheryl Tracy, were you offering your home for a house party? Because that's how I heard it.
Absolutely. Actually, the home that I live in, it was my husband's home, and it was a very popular house party house.
I love it.
And
All right.
people would just come and just hang out. So I'm thinking that maybe we could have a place, which I had chatted with Allison about, where a private venue and do that call or however they figure out how to get there, and just let them hang out with people that just hang out with each other, but maybe have people that could help offer programs, some cards and things. And I would.
So she thinks that having a hangout for them to be at is what's going to solve this problem with the teen takeovers, child. Y'all lucky I don't have the Price is Wrong button right now. She sound crazy. And that man tried to call her out and she don't even realize it. Yeah, we used to hang out when we were younger. Ma'am, it is not the same. You can sit up here and start offering your house all you want to. It is not the same. This is not the 60s and 70s, child. Them people will come in there and ruin your house, step over your body, and don't give one damn. She sounds crazy. Why is it always everybody else's responsibility to take care of y'all's funky ass kids? Teach them some damn discipline. How about that? Nah, that's just crazy talk. In these comments, it says the only place teens need to take over is their parents' house. The end. I agree. She's right. All they need is a venue to hang out with each other. Bring back Friday night lock-ins, game nights, and open gyms. So first of all, there are places, but they're hanging out in the middle of the street. And even if they're not anybody, no, they got to close the mall down because y'all's kids don't know how to act. So the mall now gets closed down earlier. There's plenty of places that you can't even have anymore because they don't know how to act inside of them. If you taught your kids some damn respect, then maybe those things would still be open. Not to mention the fact that they just destroy shit or steal shit. But then y'all would make excuses talking about, well, they got insurance. Is those ignorant ass comments where people is tired of y'all shit. Remember about 3 years ago? That's all they kept saying when all the stealing was going on. They have insurance. Remember California, y'all. They have insurance. That's what insurance is for. Now everything is closing down or the prices is going up. And they said, what happened? What happened? Interesting how people don't remember the shit that comes out of their mouth. And they definitely don't think long term. We already know that, right? They got all the damn answers and don't have an answer for shit. Conveniently forget about what the hell it is that they didn't put out there in the ether. And she sound crazy. Mima, you're not going to have them come over to your damn house. They be drinking your liquor and then what you going to do? There used to be a thing called an all-night skate. I don't even know if they still had that type of stuff when we were younger. You think these kids today are skating? I just have a feeling they not. They can't even go to the mall. So listen, tell their parents to take them on vacation. When their parents are going on, the parents are going on vacation, take your kids with you. How about those experiences? Since everybody want to do stuff like go to Thailand for the weekend and wherever the hell else that they be going. These exotic places for the weekend and shit. Take your kids with you. Don't be looking for me, Ma, to watch your fucking kids. If you can go, take them with you. And ain't no more spirits, so I don't know what y'all gonna do. Pay that price. Everybody want to have all these kids and then don't nobody want to take care of their damn kids. Isn't that interesting? But taking them damn government benefits. Cut them fucking benefits and see what happens. We can't do that. Fine, don't do it. But y'all don't sit up here and think that I'm supposed to feel some kind of way. Keep them kids on over there with you. And wherever it is that you live, ma'am, I'm sure your neighbors don't appreciate you saying that. Because I tell you where she don't live, in the hood, allegedly, probably. Allegedly. But I don't know. JB said all of the USA needs an economics class. I agree. And fiscal responsibility. But they are not spending time with their own children anymore. I agree. Some sort of a class, and you know they're not gonna pay for it. They're not gonna look into it. Child, all they got to do is come here to fucking YouTube. Freaking Orlando Minor and Pocket Watching with JC, JT will tell you everything that you need to know for the most part. But that would be too time consuming to take them away from watching you sassy straights. Even though you ain't shit, you ain't got shit, you ain't never gonna have shit. But they certainly know the shit that y'all be doing isn't that interesting, right? All right. Anyway, moving on from her. I'm gonna save that one. I had another tonight's conversation. Hold on a second. Where I put it, y'all? Where I put it? Hold on. Okay. What is it? Child, almost 3 hours. This is ridiculous. All right, this one. There's a whole string of them, but this is the one right here. He wanted a strong, loyal, high-value woman, then drained her and left. Did he fumble her, or was that the plan? Sassy Straights.
To want a down, loyal, headstrong, independent woman who knows how to love, and when he gets one, he fumbles the opportunity.
Did I fumble you, or did I drain you and get bored?
You tell me.
Because here's the thing. You think I fumbled you because I didn't know how to use you. No, I fumbled you because I used you and it was effective. You ain't got no more. I don't need the broken you. Turn back into that strong. Hold on. No, you turn back to that strong, healed, independent woman because you got something for me to take. You think that I'm attracted to people with nothing to lose? I picked you because you are a challenge. Me getting you to do that thing you normally don't do for those other men for me, that made me feel more like a man. The reason I fumbled you is because I had no intention on carrying you to marriage in the first place. You keep thinking my intention with you was because I saw a wife. No, I saw a come up. And look, I was broken after you, now I'm healed. I was a ancient man, you saw the best in me and you built me for the next girl. Thank you. Here's the thing. Thank you. And I loved you when your confidence was high. But I broke that. So rather than restart and try to heal you, I'm going to restart with another woman. See, you thought I'd see you as a girlfriend. No, I saw you as my next victim. Guess what I'm saying is, I like them healed. I like them strong. I like them with a job. I locked in with a head on their shoulders. You know why? Once I convince you to love me, you lose all that common sense. And you give me all those goodies. So my question to you is, did I fumble you or did the plan actually just work?
Child, first of all, I don't know how these people be coming up here with these questions willingly. All right. And these are not young people. Okay. These are not young people. But Ace with all of his, I don't even know if that's advice. I just feel like that was kind of like I don't even know. I don't even know what that was. Was that an answer? Maybe I did this or maybe I did that. Maybe I did this or maybe I did that. And then you did this and maybe I did this and maybe I made you do that. And maybe rigmarole, child. I should call that rigmarole. I'm just so confused by that. But it does sound like he's pushing back on her. But then the comments are saying, because of what he said, they're like, stay single. He's so proud to say that. Best to be single. He ate. Sad. Let's just stay single. So many aren't ready to hear this. So they believe it. They just believe it. Whatever the hell it is that he said there, which I'm not really sure again what he actually said, but they like, oh yeah, that's how they are. See how these ninjas are. You can't trust none of them. Please get off the internet, child. Please get off of the internet and go talk to people in real fucking life. Being led and don't even realize it. That's crazy to me, because I really don't feel like he said anything, but that's just me. Shout out to RBN. I appreciate you, honey. Said Ace is finessing her, but we love to be finessed, right? And we'll help them finesse us. Translate, we love to be scammed. That's RBN's phrase of the year. Color community loves to be scammed, y'all. And like I said, I don't know why she bringing this to the daggone internet again for him to say all that rigmarole. I don't even know if that was any better than what the girl said earlier. Hold on a second. There was another one. This one. All right. This is the real one. Okay. Oh my God. It says 2 years together, living together. He proposed, but she found out he's married with kids. What should she do? Now, y'all, why would you bring this to the internet? Why would you bring this to the internet? Is this really a question, first of all? Second of all, is this a question for the tonight's conversation staff people or whatever? No shade against them, because, get your money. But y'all, why are you bringing this? And again, this don't look like a young person. Maybe I'm wrong, y'all. Maybe I'm wrong. This don't look like a young person. Shout out to Sank Fan. Appreciate you. That was Earthy / Shea Butter Babble. Okay, it's not just me. It's just, child, you just over here talking. It's just over here talking. But this one I heard, this is a good one. Yes, dumbism all 2026. So, child, listen to this.
I've been dating a man for 2 years. We live together. He's good to me. He proposed to me, but I recently found out he's married with 3 kids.
So the question part is what?
How did I not see that? How did she not see that?
How did I not see this? Okay. Be honest.
Just for context, because it kind of got cut off. She said this is for a friend. She said this question is about a friend, and yet all of a sudden she starts saying I.
Does he have a whole job?
He's a truck driver.
Is he active in the other family's life?
I just found out. She just found out. You have to decide how important reality is to you. Because fantasies can feel as good as you want them to be. He treats me good. We have these dates. We have this life. But that's not the reality of the situation. The reality of the situation is that you get his spare time when he's away from his actual family. The reality of the situation is that this person is a liar and a cheater to someone that he took vows with. The reality of the situation is he's a half father, because in the time that he could be spending with his kids, he's spending over here with you.
Well, that's the truth.
You know what's crazy? Some people can be a good person of gesture, but not be a good person of character. And it's up to us to discern that. You didn't just discover that he was married, you discovered that he was capable of living a double life. In order for someone to live a double life, that means they have to lie to you every day. And they have to put you in the box and their wife and their family in another box. Once I realized that you have deceived me to the point to where you have now made me violate a woman and her children and also put me in harm's way, because people get crazy behind marriage. Pack up, leave that man alone. Get the check and go on.
Clap it up, clap it up. Let me tell you this. Ladies, stop being play in your faceable. Because before he went and played this big game with you, he played a small one, and a small one, and a small one. This will train you to accept. The reason you ain't got the backbone to walk away right now is because he took a little piece of your spine, one piece at a time. Every time you give an inch and an inch and an inch and an inch, you wake up and can't recognize yourself. There was a version of you that would have never asked this question because you would have never even been questioning whether you could stay. But this man has lowered you into this lower part of yourself to where now you're questioning. And let me be honest with you. I get it. Some men lie. Some men deceive. But when somebody take their mask off, quit telling them to put it back on.
Woo! 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 Shout out to Ace Metaphor and another great explanation saying absolutely nothing. But again, maybe that's just me. So again, I told you how the show works. She came up here and had this question and then tried to play it off like it wasn't her that was asking the question for herself. I'm telling you, y'all, listen, y'all, we watch TikTok. We watch TikTok. We watch these biatches say these crazy ass things. And these are the people that are leading the community. These are the elders. These are the older persons. And they coming up here in public to these places and these spaces to talk to these younger people, younger than them, mind you. Come on now. You think that those people on that stage are older than this woman? I don't. I think them people on stage was 30s and 40s. And this woman is as old as me, coming up here to ask these people questions about some stupid ass situation that she knew daggone well was a stupid ass situation. What did you need this for? This is from a friend. We're gonna play it again. This is from a friend, and then starts messing up talking about I and he. Girl, please, you gonna continue on with that man even though nobody's out here settling. I don't care what nobody say. And it's not like you can't be married like y'all keep saying if he's already married to someone else. Then the next thing, this is how these terrible crazy ass situations start to get crazier, right? If the wife find out, because at this point, now that you know that there is a wife, are you going to go over there and confront her? Are you going to tell one of your friends that they're going to go confront her or let her know what she don't know? Because at the end of the day, this is another reason why I can't have these people around me, because then you're going to try to disrupt our lives that he didn't already effed around with you and did wrong. Just remove yourself from the whole situation and let it be. Can't do that because they still competing. So they're going to do whatever to see if they can get that all messed up so that he can then come to him and then he can come to her. And then when he comes to her and he goes and does the same old thing, she'll be like, what happened? What happened? Allegedly. Child, ain't no sisterhood. I don't know how many ways and how many times that we can show and prove, but lest we not forget that all these women do everything right and you sassy straights are the ones that do everything wrong. And yes, this man is wrong for what it is that he's doing, but why help him continue? Why help him continue? Shout out to RB and thank you, boo. He said she old as hell and she's supposed to be the most educated. Child, that's exact. That's what I'm saying. She older than them, asking these younger persons what should be done. Ma'am, you should be answering the questions, not asking the questions. But I digress because maybe she's not as old as I think she is. Wayne Lundy in the building. Thank you, boo. He said to the best news correspondent of 2025, the Messy News Network has been awarded the I Don't Give a F award. Happy Sunday, and I will gladly take it. Thank you so much, boo. Shout out to you and everybody that is still here. Please make sure you hit the like button for me. Subscribe if you are new. Shout out to CIP. Let's hear it again.
And I'm asking for a friend.
There you go. She's asking for a friend.
Been dating a man for 2 years. We live together. He's good to me. He proposed to me, but I recently found out he's married with 3 kids.
So they've been living together as well. So the odds are that he could be separated from his wife in the process of a divorce. The problem is that he didn't tell her that. So he a lying ass. That's it. That's all. What's there to talk about? What's the advice that's needed, y'all? Bueller? He want to marry you allegedly and still didn't tell you, you just found out? Are they getting divorced? Process of divorce? Like, what's the status there?
So the question part is what?
How did I not see that? How did she not?
How did you not see it, ma'am? Is because he was lying to your ass. That's it. That's all. How would you see it if he's lying to you? But you know about it now and you still don't want to leave. That's the question right there. Now that you know, why you not putting him out? Because they live together, y'all.
How did I not see this? Okay. Be honest. Does he have a whole job?
He's a truck driver.
Is he active in the other family's life?
I just found out. I mean, she just found out.
So
you have to decide.
You don't know nothing yet. All the more reason as to why you bring it here. The only person that can answer these questions is him. But at this point, if you know that he's married and they're not talking about they've been separated, you haven't heard it in 2 years of living together. He is a liar. Isn't it interesting what people will settle for, but then turn around talking about that don't nobody settle? That's settling, is it not? Is that or is that not settling? He's been lying to you. He's a liar. What is the question? Child, I'd be so confused, but not really. But I'm just saying, child. Foolishness. Thank you, Boo. He said, remember, the most educated, yet they get scammed by water boys and truck drivers. Don't listen. Shout out to our blue collar workers. I mean, I don't know. I guess it's a whole job. If you go over the road, I guess it can be. Shout out to the lot lizards that sit up here and help them pass the time, I guess. But she know everything she needs to know, but looking for advice from this younger set of people on someone that's just a straight up liar for 2 years. Like you live together. You live together and he never told you that he had a whole ass wife and family. Come on now. Come on now.
At how important reality is to you. Because fantasies can feel as good as you want them to be. He treats me good. We have these dates. We have this life, but that's not the reality of the situation.
Yeah, she's right about that. She's living in the euphoria, I guess you want to call it. Everything's really okay. It's just this one part, right? She's justifying it. Everything's really okay. He treated me so good. He lived with me. He probably paying the bills. Oh my God, he everything. It's just this little part about him being married and he never told me. It's this little part about him having all these kids over here and he never told me. It's just this little part. That's all. Everything else is wonderful. I'm gonna fight for my man. That's my man.
The reality of the situation is that you get his spare time when he's away from his actual family.
No, it doesn't sound like that if they live together. This is her projecting yet again. Because people can be married and not be together, y'all. That is a thing as well. We've seen it plenty of times on Kendra G. The problem here, right, is because they could be separated. They could technically be separated. The problem is that he didn't tell her. He didn't bother to bring it up. He asked her to marry him and still didn't bring it up. That's the problem. That's the problem. Now she's just assuming, this girl on the screen, that is all of this other stuff that she don't know that that's what it is. So I'm telling you, people have a hard time listening.
The reality of the situation is that this person is a liar and a cheater to someone that he took vows with.
She don't know that they're not separated or not. They don't know. Nobody knows if they're separated or not. And I agree, Uncle Rick, but that's also the part of when I be like, y'all don't be getting to know each other. Yeah, I'm telling you, how many times do I say that? These people don't be getting to know each other. They don't. They just be hiding their OPPs and everybody start fucking and then everything else goes out the damn window. When do people talk? Like, you telling me in 2 years of being together and allegedly living together, because she did say that, you never said something like, child, you 50 some odd years old. You ever been married? You got any kids? How do you not ask these questions? Isn't this just basic getting to know one another, especially at this big old age? Child, it's me. I know it's just me. My bad.
The reality of the situation is he's a half father because in the time that
now he's a half-ass father. Okay.
could be spending with his kids, he's spending over here with you.
If he's got a whole job, like they want to call it, when he's not with her, he could be living with them. He could just be living, I don't know what you would call it, but living two lives. He's spending all that time over there, and then they just like, oh, I'm going out on the road. Does it even work? Then he come over here and stay with you. Okay, oh, I'm going out on the road. It could be that. It could be that. She don't even know. She's just assuming all this shit, right?
That's the truth.
You know what's crazy? Some people can be a good person of gesture, but not be a good person of character. And it's up to us to discern that. You didn't just discover that he was married, you discovered that he was capable of living a double life.
Right.
In order for someone to live a double life, that means they have to lie to you every day.
Right.
And they have to put you in the box and their wife and their family in another box. Once I realized that you have deceived me to the point to where you have now made me violate a woman and her children and also put me in harm's way. Because people get crazy behind marriage. Pack up, leave that man.
Not only that, she's absolutely right. Because what if the wife then finds out, or like I said, a friend goes, or somebody wants to go and tell her because she wants to keep him because of everything that she's invested. 2 years is a long time. I mean, you see bed crashing out over 8 months. Imagine how she might feel after 2 years and they are living together. But what he did was he lied to you every single day that you was together. And I agree about putting your life in jeopardy, because if you having sex with two daggone people, and only allegedly two daggone people freely, you know what I'm saying? Then there's whatever it is that you might be doing out on the road. Come on now, y'all. Come on now. Not y'all. You know what I'm saying? So we had to wait for that first girl. I don't know about that girl. But Kitty is absolutely right. She is absolutely right.
And alone. Get the check and go on.
Okay.
Clap it up, clap it up. Let me tell you this, ladies.
Oh Lord, here he come. The only one with good advice, I swear to you, is most of the time is Kitty and Trill. Here he come.
Stop being play in your faceable. Because before he went and played this big game with you, he played a small one, and a small one, and a small one. This will train you to accept. The reason
you sassy straights out here training her to accept this. It's all y'all's fault.
You ain't got the backbone to walk away right now is because he took a little piece of your spine.
She can't walk away because you sassy straights took a bit of her spine.
One piece at a time.
One piece at a time.
Every time you give an inch and an inch and an inch and an inch, you wake up and can't recognize yourself. There was a version of you that would have never asked this question because you would have never even been questioning whether you could stay. But this man has lulled you into this.
This man has lulled her. Lulled her.
Lower part of yourself to where now you're questioning.
Lower part of herself. And now she got to question what's right and what's wrong. Look at what y'all do, you freaking sassy straights.
And let me be honest with you. I get it. Some men lie. Some men deceive. But when somebody take their mask off, quit telling them to put it back on.
All right, that's about the only part that makes sense. You know who he is. You see who he is. You know what the situation is. Yet you come up on this damn show and go ask this question. And the other way that we know that she knows that what the right thing to do is, or what her situation is that she tried to play it off like it was a friend. She tried to play this shit off like it wasn't her and gave up tape on her own damn self. Go and say why he talk like Chat GPT. Child, you crazy. I don't know. I didn't hear that, but yeah, she knew what it was. She's just full of shit. Shout out to Reaper. Appreciate you. Who out here getting trains ran on them old 304s? I don't know if she getting a train ran on her, but he probably dealing with her and the wife and probably some lot lizards, allegedly. But she still had to question whether what she should do in this situation. The man is a complete and utter liar in every way, shape, or form. But she got questions. I guess they had answers. What time? How long has it been? Lord have mercy. 2 hours and 40 minutes. Let me see if there was another one.
And you love tells you that he knows.
All right, this one. I couldn't stop it. Let me see if I can rewind it, child. Hold on. All right.
When a man you love tells you that he knows you're a good woman, but he doesn't want to hurt you or leave you.
Run.
I mean, fast.
Listen, I love this. I love when I tell you how I'm going to fuck you up and you mistake it for vulnerability. I love it when I tell you my sob story about how I fucked up, how I can't show up, and you take this disclaimer and you ignore it so that when I don't do the things that you need, when I fall short, when I break your heart, when I break your soul, I can look at you and I can say, well, I already told you I would. And now it ain't my fault no more. It's yours. Because I gave you the choice and you stood here. I guess what I'm trying to say is when a man tell you how he gonna fuck you up, believe it. But I'm gonna tell you, a man know who. Listen, a man know. Yes. Because I'm gonna tell you this. You don't think that potentially toxic man ain't been toxic all his life? And he has learned this is my best way to get you to trust me. This is a game that he's playing. Because here's the thing, a man that actually cared about you would leave you alone. But he's only telling you this because he wants to draw you closer. This is the bait he's using and you taking it. How many of y'all have taken that bait? Not believing a man when he tells you who he is. How many women in his room wish they would have got that warning that you would keep ignoring? Because you like him.
Child, you see this crowd?
How many women in his room wish they would have got that warning?
Oh, come on.
This is the bait he's using and you taking it. How many of y'all have taken that bait? Not believing a man when he tells you who he is.
Y'all see the crowd? Anybody interested, Bueller? I just want to make sure y'all don't miss it. Anybody from the crowd, Bueller? Shout out to Saint Fan. He said he sounds like a pimp pastor, but they eat it up. Eating it up, child. I'm telling you. It's fascinating to watch. It's fascinating. Uncle Rick, you are on a roll today, okay? You are on a roll today. Anybody? Oh my God. Y'all ain't shit. Let me this is on. We don't have to do this every show now because this is fun.
And I'm asking for a friend. Am I wrong for linking with another guy? I'm in love. But my question.
Now that was a good one. Let's do this one.
Am I wrong for linking with another guy while my boyfriend is in jail? Even though I've already caught him messing with 3 other people while he been in there. He only been in there for 6 months.
These people are
females.
Okay.
Yes, females.
Okay.
Yes, they've
All
called
right.
my phone.
Okay, what contextual question? How long y'all been together before then?
3-ish years. But when we first met, he went to jail like a month after I met him.
Okay, so
then,
how
like,
much free time have y'all had together?
Okay, like almost a year.
While he was home, was he faithful?
Like for the most, like
For the most part?
Okay, wait. Okay, wait.
Is this?
Come on, I gotta interrupt. Come on, I gotta interrupt. Okay, so this is y'all's queen. Okay, y'all gotta SYCBM her. She included because BIPOC is everybody. And she was dealing with that man while he was in jail. He's still cheating because I'm telling you, they think that when they're in jail, they know where they at. And they might not be cheating, but we know that people will cheat with inmates or inmates, right? They ain't even been together long enough. He cheating. Why stay? Right? But this be y'all's fault. It's you, Sassy Straits' fault that these women got to put up with this and all this is happening because y'all be assisting these people. Now, mind you, she decided to stay a month in and he goes to jail and you wait. Girl, come on now. Now, she a little bit younger, and I'm not using it as an excuse. She probably the same age range as them. But these people, listen, I know y'all think this shit is staged. It's not staged. Whether they make up the questions or not is something different. But why would you come up here and tell this dumbass story? He out there cheating in jail. He's cheating in jail. What are we talking about? This is crazy. This is crazy. Willing participants. But don't forget that they're not the problem, and they get to be resolved and get to be taken out of everything.
The life you want to live. Putting money on books for the rest of your
I don't
life.
be doing that. I'm a single mother of 3 and he ain't got no kids. Mind you.
Whoa.
She's not okay.
Whoa.
She's not okay.
Hold on,
Tell
baby.
me what to do.
You got 3 kids.
Yes, I do.
You got 3 children, and you worry about a man that.
And she got, come on, Kitty, and she got 3 kids, and this is her priority.
No kids. Mind you.
Whoa.
She's not okay.
Whoa.
She's not okay.
Hold on,
Tell
baby.
me what to do.
You got 3 kids.
Yes, I do.
You got 3 children, and you worry about a man that's in jail that can't stay out of jail.
That sounds about right.
How many of those 3 children are boys?
1.
1. And this is an example of a man you want your boy to grow up into?
It's not. It's more than that, Ace.
Go ahead.
You got 2 girls.
Yeah.
Man, they gonna be on somebody's couch if you don't stop. I'm so serious. Little girls pay attention to how their moms chase men. And then they learn that that's what they supposed to do. And we ain't trying to teach no women, no growing babies that's gonna become women one day, that their worth is in a man's hand. But you were showing those girls that. I don't know the ages of your babies, but I can tell you as a mother who has made a lot of mistakes, and I'm living through those mistakes with my 17-year-old daughter for me chasing men when I was young. And I wish I can take it all back, because now my daughter is chasing men, and here I am trying my hardest to pour into her so she can know her worth. I'm telling you, the mistakes that you make early on in a child's life is going to haunt you later on as a mother.
That's true.
I ain't even worried about that man. I'm worried about you as a mother. But I'm also worried about the fact that, baby, you don't know the value that you have as a woman. You just don't see it yet, but you will. I know you in your 20s. All of us have been in our 20s, and we made some very stupid decisions in our 20s. But I said all the time, when you get to your 30s, you're going to be upset at yourself for what you allowed in your 20s. That person who's in jail right there, let them figure that out. Let him figure all that out without you. And then you say it's other women too. You know the answer to that, baby. I mean, unless you just want to have fun, but I'm going to tell you, one day you're going to be crying on the side of your bed, pleading to God for your children to forgive you. I don't think you want to take that rodeo, because I'm still living that rodeo right now. So if I were you, I would start thinking about me as a mother, not somebody who's just this man's girl and a placeholder and stuff, me as a mother.
Child, that's the best advice that I've heard, and I don't know how long, but that be the problem right there most of the time. When she came up there, she was acting as goofy as she want to be, And I think there's 3 kids, and she in her 20s. 3 kids, she in her 20s. She messing with a dude in jail that was not in jail, only with him for a month, and then he went back to jail. And she's still trying to make it work, talking about he cheating. These people don't be paying attention to these kids. Never, ever, no way. All they worrying about is fucking. That's it. That's all. But don't forget, it's all you sassy straights' fault. All of y'all, okay? And it's y'all's responsibility to clean this up, and it's y'all's responsibility to marry these people and bring them underneath you while you can tell them what to do, and they're not going to listen. But you still got to go ahead and do it. And then if you ask them to cook, they're going to tell you they're not going to cook, but you still got to marry them. And when you say that you want them to clean up or not fold some clothes, child, or wash some clothes, they're going to say no, and it's going to be a problem. And you're still supposed to do it, and you're supposed to crash out, and you're supposed to do everything. You do know that you are only supposed to be here to do everything that everybody wants you to do, and then you get to die. Congratulations. Child, this is ridiculous. And she was acting just as goofy as the rest of them do. They all come up here laughing like this shit is funny. And the funny part about it, and I don't mean ha funny, is that it's typically, usually BIPOCs. Okay, I'm gonna just say BIPOCs. I have never seen a white woman come up on this show. Never, ever, no way. But then as soon as somebody says something about this type of stuff, it's you're a white supremacist talking white supremacist. No, y'all foolish. Y'all look like fools, and you are foolish saying these dumb things, which we know is true. This is what they do. This is who they go for. This is what they want. These are the situations that they love. Because in order to just be and be home and be with the person that you allegedly probably care about and building together, it's more important to be out in these streets talking about what it is that you're doing. And then you show and prove that you're doing the exact opposite. And just like Kitty just said, and then you'll be sitting on the side of the bed crying because you're going through whatever. And she can admit that that she failed her kids at one point. She even said, meaning Kitty, that she even failed her kids at one point. And so now she's trying to course correct that. You think these people go back and course correct? No, because you got people like that lady at that town hall meeting or city council meeting or whatever it was saying that, oh, we got to find something for the kids to do. Yeah, find their parents and tell them that they gonna get the damn fines. Use that money to come up with some legislation that says if your kid do this, this is the fine. If your kid do that, then this is the fine. They do it again, this is the consequence to their actions. Because until you make these people responsible for their own children, which is crazy talk that you even have to say this, they're going to continue to do whatever the hell it is that they want to, which is running behind a bunch of people that they claim they can't stand, ain't shit, ain't got shit, ain't never going to have shit that they need to tell shit to. And then show and prove at the end of the day that they absolutely want the exact same things that everyone else does. I've said it 55 million and one times. These bitches be lying because of the fake ass sisterhood. Go along with the get along like your life is 55 million years long. It's going to go quicker than you fucking think. And that's what you know who is seeing at the age of 30-fucking-1, and that them decisions that you made in the past do matter and they do come up with you. But y'all want to go listen to Dana Dane sit up here talking about just go ahead and be a hoe. You're these men ain't shit. Like all this man hate talk, right? All this man hate talk that we've heard over the last couple of weeks, not even just in the Meg situation, but just period, point blank. And then you got Funky Dineva coming out here saying his bullshit, whatever it is. Then you got Dondre Whitfield now saying this, and now it's just focused on men every single time, and never, ever, ever get the pushback to say, you bitches need to get some shit together. You bitches need to change. Then they say that it's misogynistic because that's what Jamie says. Like, this is why the shit ain't never gonna change. This is why the shit ain't never gonna change. But, you know, whatever. Fuck it. Whatever. I don't know shit. I don't even want to hear that dumbass story again. But these people will just complain and then do the same exact things that hold you the fuck back from what it is that you want. Until these women understand and know that there is no sisterhood, and you trying to live your life based off of somebody else, knowing that you want something different, you need mental health help. If you hear my voice right now, you need to go get a real counselor. You need to go get a real counselor, because I'm telling you, there ain't no way that these people are not interested in men and then spend all their time talking about them. All their time talking about them. Ciao. Anyway, shout out to Kofa. He said, these same women will tell us they don't do this and men are making it up. Sims will also tell us to fix it. SYSBM and BYOCBM. Hashtag vasectomies and passports. I don't disagree with you today. I forget, what is BYO? Bring your own. I almost said something inappropriate. Bring your own what? I don't know what that is. Hashtag SYSBM. Don't be trying to get me in trouble up here on this damn internet. If I missed this one, I apologize. Shout out to Queen of Vibes. She said, one brain cell a day keeps these dummies away. Child, I be crossing the street. I ain't got time. Oh, build your own community. All right. BYOCBM. I can rock with that. They're not trying to do none of that. It's tell you what to do and then get this. This is the reason why Dondre and Funky are saying this shit, because then they gets the that's the pandering to women. So you trying to tell me there's absolutely no accountability for the people that are raising said children, especially after that situation that he gave, where we saw the damn woman out there making excuses, talking about, oh, they friends. Well, child, then why is it a problem for her to give the damn phone number if they're already friends? Like, just saying any old thing to take up for her baby, because that's all that is. Bullshit, child. But they will fall for it, hook, line, and sinker. and keep coming up on this damn show to ask a bunch of people that's younger than them a question. The only I'm telling you, at minimum, at least Kitty will get them straight. If they still acting a goofball after her and what she has to say, they just straight up goofballs all the damn time. All the damn time. And you see how they come up there laughing and kikiing, because that's the performance for the damn crowd. I know my sisters is going to be behind me. They not going to tell me nothing. They going to be for me. They going to be with me no matter what. Say I'm lying. It's like performative for the damn crowd. I know they going to do this. I know they going to do that. They going to support me. Child, they over there cheering for dumbass shit. Going for any old thing. I'm telling you, and you already know, and they think they can just do this shit and just will, oh, well, they're going to have to forgive me. They're going to have to forget about my past. And you seen the crowd? You seen the crowd? Y'all got the pick of the litter. If y'all want to meet a woman, go to tonight's conversation. I'm telling you. They come back, I'm going. They come back, I'm going. It's actually a fun time, though. It's actually a fun time. But these goofy ass questions, these goofy ass people. I can't even believe that man came up here to ask that damn question. Anyway, yes, absolutely, Uncle Rick, goofy. Goofy AF. But child, that's it. That's 3 hours. This is ridiculous damn list. 3 hours. I'll see y'all tomorrow for another 3 hours. Tomorrow I'll probably have a later morning show tomorrow. And then a show in the evening, because then on Tuesday I gotta go see my dad. So we'll see what Tuesday susses out to be. Hey Skates, thank you, boo. He said we need a ratchet red break now. No, a ratchet red. Oh, I know what you're saying, child. I said, let me play some of these because we ain't played it in a while. Shout out to allegedly.
My man.
I put your pink, my booty hole brown. What a niggas, I'm looking for the hoes. Quit playing nigga, come suck a bitch toes. Pound town, just left Pound Town. Put your pink, my booty hole brown. What a niggas, I'm looking for the hoes. Quit playing nigga. Oh.
See my man.
I put your pink, my booty hole brown. What a niggas, I'm looking for the hoes. Quit playing nigga, come suck a bitch.
Shout out to Ace Gates. Y'all make sure you hit the like button before we subscribe if you are new. Share daggone video. Even though I did see, I don't know if that was a real comment of the person talking about, oh, we had to see, somebody said that you were spewing hate. Am I spewing hate? So, I mean, I had no doubt that there'd be bitches reporting the stream, but y'all really be reaching. They hate it. That's really not what sisters do to other sisters. That's not what other pro-blackity blacks do to other blackity blacks. I'm just saying. But y'all, I already know. I told y'all, me right again. All right, I'm done with it. All right, y'all.